nominee history. That was zero chance. Zero chance. I haven't seen the movie though. I haven't not seen the movie, so not sure. Are we live?
I think
Probably
so.
are. Yeah, my computer.
I'm just waiting for our host to host.
Oh,
ouch. What are you showing me? Forgive me, I'm ill. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to My Cup of Tea, episode number 81. I'm sick. It's not great.
The rasp.
But you know, I'm prepared to do the journey. I got a couple of liquids here with me. Not alcohol. I swear.
Hey, what? Why do you have 2 cups?
I have orange juice and water. Vitamin C, baby.
One of them. Yeah.
At some point, if I need it, I have cough drops. But anyway, I'm excited because today, while we'll probably do a number of topics, the primary headline here is we finally got to experience Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. What a blast. But we'll get into it. Joining us today, we got Evan.
Yep, I'm excited. New MCU movie, which means we have to do a good review of the latest Ryan Coogler movie, the latest MCU movie.
Our tote bags are depending on it.
Exactly. We need to get paid from the Disney, from Mickey Mouse himself. Give us that paychecks. Please sponsor us, Disney. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, if you want to.
I mean, if they want to, yeah. I'm not kidding about that part. But yeah, Wakanda Forever came out. We have some thoughts on it. I'm excited to talk about it because this was the latest movie to close out Phase 4 for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The next movie we talk about is going to be Ant-Man, at least in Marvel terms. So yeah, I'm excited. A lot of good stuff to talk about today. A lot of good movie news too.
And also joining us, local white man correspondent Carson.
What's going on, guys? Back at it again from a cornfield. So happy to be here.
The beanie is not open. No, it's a good beanie, but it's very white.
It is a good beanie. I like it. I can't rock it, but
look,
he looks like a skater. I love it.
My hair is a mess, and now Evan's got me researching the Oscars. But we're here to talk about Wakanda Forever. I was not even pleasantly surprised. I was just, this movie's good. I liked it a lot.
Aren't they all?
Yeah.
Hey, let's stop this.
But yeah, lots of stuff here that I want to unpack and talk about. Some very, my heart, man. This pulls at the heartstrings. Basically, it's a movie about grief, and it works, in my opinion. So can't wait to talk about it.
Absolutely. Well, how many times did everybody see it?
Once.
Twice.
Cool. I'm winning. I'll recount the events.
Wait, how many times did you see it?
Less than half of No Way Home.
What does that mean?
A number. Audience, go back and
3?
comment below.
Didn't you see No Way Home 7 times?
No, I saw it 10 times.
Fuck.
4? 4?
You went 3 times.
Yeah.
Which is it? 3 or 4?
Which is it? 3,
Audience,
4.
Comment below. The winner gets something.
Go into your damn letterbox.
You didn't afford
to say anything.
You don't log your movies?
I don't log every rewatch ever.
No!
I log
You log rewatches on Letterboxd?
Every movie I watch of the year, I log.
I log a rewatch, but if I'm watching it like, again and again, I'm not gonna go immediately on repetition.
Carson, if you see Avengers 7 times, you're gonna go into Letterboxd 7 times?
Absolutely. So it shows up in my diary that I watched it on that day.
I'm not as committed. I'm sorry.
You guys are insane.
I didn't do that for No Way Home.
Okay, look. Like, I like to have it in my calendar that I watched a movie on a certain day. Like
that makes sense. But I'm saying if you rewatch it, why say you watched it again?
Because there's a rewatch button. It says, look, for like Black Panther, it shows that I rewatched it.
And you're gonna hit it 7 times in like the span of 7 days?
Yes.
Is that for premium people?
No.
Huh.
Y'all just don't know how to use Letterboxd.
I don't.
The answer is 5. I saw it 5.
Oh, great job. You saw it 5 times? No,
too late.
Wait, how?
Well, I see it more than once in the same day.
Jesus fuck.
You saw it 5 times?
Yeah.
I don't believe him.
I feel shamed, goddammit.
Are there 5 tweets out there? Somebody check his tweet deck. I don't know.
No, I didn't tweet it at all. I'm very like reserved tweeter nowadays.
Okay.
I have no good ideas. I have no good tweets. I promote the pod and Time Blazer that flops. Uh, so
It doesn't flop. I tweet it out.
you're my number one stan, and I love it.
Thank you.
I get hyped every time. I'm like, oh, he likes it.
Gary, that's
I'm about to
me.
get these other. I want to text everyone right now and say they're making fun of me for how I use Letterboxd.
No, we're not. We're just saying we're making fun of you for the rewatches. Why log a rewatch?
I'm just offended that you're conditioning me on how to use it.
No, I mean, like, if I see 7 30 years later, am I gonna say, hey, I saw 7 on my couch on Saturday?
I mean,
Why?
I would get that just
Yes.
like a rewatch, just like sure.
Why?
But
Because then I get my stats at the end of the year and shows every movie I watched for the year. I will kind of keep track.
okay,
if
well
I
then
don't
you
log
watched it again once for the year.
I know. Yeah. Again.
wait,
yes.
I think you guys are getting confused what I'm doing.
Are we?
So if I watch 7 on Tuesday, November 15th,
Log it in.
I would log that I rewatched 7 on Tuesday, November 15th.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not like retroactively going back and being like, oh, I watched 7 and
No,
19.
that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is like, okay, say someone like me who watches like fucking, if I like go back to, I watched No Way Home 10 times. For each screening, I'm not like watched.
Well,
I'm
you
like,
should be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Expose your madness.
They don't need to know.
I think for me, it's the number that's excessive. Like, I'm not gonna log in 5 times. 2 times, maybe I can see.
Okay,
6
but
times, 7 times.
I don't
8
have a
times.
scenario. The most I watch a movie in a year is probably 3 like I've watched The Batman twice this year. I've watched Dune twice. Like
that's fine.
That's
I
fine,
get
I
it.
guess.
But like, yeah, when it goes above that, that's when I'm like, all right, you don't need to do that.
I don't really log the rewatches.
You're
so.
already fine, Carson. You're in the normalcy area.
I'm so
anyway.
confused.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. Look at this motherfucker has to validate himself. Let me go phrase the question in a way that the chat agrees with me. And then you can say, hey guys, the chat agrees with me. F off. I don't
So
care.
quick story time. Just
Anyways.
the fun things I experience when I do multiple screenings in the same auditorium.
What do you experience?
Tragedy struck on the performance of the theater as a whole. So first off, as soon as the trailer for Dungeons and Dragons came on, a very high-pitched, crackly whirl came from one of the back speakers at a very high volume during the whole trailer, and we were like, "Oh no, oh no!"
This was on your Thursday night screening?
Yes, actually, it was every screening. Because on repetition, I noticed it only happened on the Dungeons and Dragons trailer. There's some kind of glitch on it.
It's a great trailer too. Tragic.
It is, which I was bummed because I was like, I'm into this trailer. I don't want to fucking just hear like fucking lawnmower outside.
They didn't fix that shit after the first time.
No, it's like multiple days coming back. I'm like, oh shit, they really didn't fix this. But that was bad. So like my first screening was IMAX 3D because that was what the first showing was, and I only do IMAX. And so the entire first couple scenes were like the red and blue of the 3D was like slightly out of alignment, and there was this heckler dude behind me, and you know what, in all fairness, he was in the right to be calling it out about ruining the movie experience, absolutely, but the whole audience was very against him just the way his attitude came across about it.
Wait, when you say heckler, so like scenes are coming on and he's like, this sucks, like
yeah,
like how many times
Wait, he's commenting about the movie?
Yeah.
No, about the 3D.
Or
about
the 3D?
the 3D. But he's just like, God, sucks. This is ruining the experience. What's the point?
Nobody got up and said anything to the ushers or say like, hey, the screen's messed up?
I think he broke and went finally. And then that was the thing. As it was happening, they were manually fixing it as it was screening. But like it got worse before it got better. So it started like going even farther out, and it was like super blurry. And by the time it finally clicked back into frame, whole funeral was over.
Was this your first time you seen the movie?
That was my very first screening. So you know, I didn't get the emotional hit as much as I want. Yes, indeed, sir. That's what I'm here for.
This is what you people come for. Yeah, exactly.
Story time.
Yeah, but yeah, that was wild. But it got fixed. Following day when I saw it in 3D again, it was same issue. Nobody said anything. Didn't fix it. I was in too deep.
Wait, same issue with the 3D?
Why did you see it? This is your issue. Why did you need to see it in 3D twice? Why would you not switch your second A-list screening over to a 2D IMAX showing?
Well, because it's one IMAX auditorium sharing, like in between. It's like one 3D showing a day, but it was prime audience volume because I do audience reactions.
You do audience reaction that you don't even show.
Yet. Yet. Have you checked the channel?
Everyone was crying during the theater.
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
Wow.
I go for the best results.
Yeah,
You know me, businessman.
So with the new, I haven't seen 3D in years. It's been like at least a decade. But when you see 3D, you still see red and blue?
No.
No.
But I guess like in some calibration of it there is, but it's supposed to be merged together that you don't see it.
Yeah.
But I guess some color alignment was out of whack.
Gotcha. Okay, I was confused
settings.
there. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So we saw the movie. What do we think?
Yeah, let's go to the movie.
Are we gonna go beat by? This is a 2.5-hour movie. Are you sure you want to go beat by beat here?
Well, what is everyone's thoughts on the movie? Let's just start with
Let's do that. Let's do that.
This is not an episode of Andor. We don't need to be like, now Dedra walked into the thing.
Yes, we do.
No.
Nathan, this is 2 hours and 40 minutes. We can't go scene by scene.
We did it for No Way Home.
We did, and we were there for 3.5 hours.
Did it for Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
That was in summertime.
Evan and I are putting our foot down.
We did it for Love and Thunder. This movie does
That was the summertime.
All right.
And that movie's 2 hours.
Yeah.
This is 2.5 hours.
All right, well, we can at least hit like the big stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's all the big stuff. Gotcha, bitch. Well, I mean, all right. Well, yeah.
Nathan, what did you think of this? No. Wait, who's calling?
Carson,
all right, what I think of this movie? All right. Well, at first we got to go back. Okay.
No, you're okay. You know what? I'm gonna say what I.
Thank you, Carson. Take it back.
Chaos.
This movie is really beautiful. I think Coogler has sort of graduated from his own blockbuster school, if that makes sense. Because obviously it was a little evident in Black Panther, right? Like going from, I mean, he had Creed under his belt, but any movie he did before that, is significantly less budget than Black Panther, and obviously your first franchise film, you're gonna have a little bit of a learning curve. It's just for any filmmaker. So I think some of the action in Black Panther is pretty weak, but here, there's just a lot of great stuff that I really respect that he stepped it up in every way. I feel like in terms of directing the action, in terms of the set pieces, in terms, of course, it's more, they have all these wonderful, stunt coordinators and all sorts of stuff. And especially with the underwater sequences, apparently they had a whole crew dedicated to teaching those who couldn't swim how to swim, and all these different things, super cool. But anyways, and then just emotionally with the script, for him to pivot, because presumably the script before was about I don't know what interview this was in, but it was going to be about T'Challa losing 5 years of his life or whatever. Obviously, it would, you know what I mean?
Really? Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the original script.
But Namor was still going to be in it, and there was going to be because there's an interview. I saw a video interview the other day of Coogler talking about how when he sat down at a restaurant with Chadwick, and the first time he told him that he wanted, Namor to be in it and all this stuff. And Chadwick was super excited about it, apparently. So I guess Namor was always in the pitch. Yeah, but that being said, for how they pivoted the script to make it it's just so soulful in how it weaves in the in-universe death of T'Challa to the character arcs of everybody around it. It's just so perfect. And I was really shocked how well done Shuri's arc is in this movie. is a really tough job for so far her supporting role to have her go to that full lead, right? And I thought they did a really good job with that. And then every supporting character is just phenomenal. Especially Angela Bassett's character, especially Nakia, especially Winston Duke has some more emotional scenes with Shuri in this movie. Really like those.
Yeah.
And then of course Namor, and we get the whole dynamic there between the two, Wakanda and Talokan. Is that the city?
Yeah.
Correct.
Like that's the capital city of. I don't know what they call there. Yeah.
So cool. So cool.
I no
just
longer
really,
have to do the.
just really strong tonally, really strong thematically. Like I just love. This movie just hits.
Yeah.
Of course, I like anybody, I have my nitpicks with it, but overall, the emotion and the themes and everything easily triumphed over those little things that I had. And I gave it a 4 stars out of 5. Like it's great. I can't wait to rewatch it. Yeah, and I think it's my favorite Phase 4 movie, right? Yeah.
I think I personally still have it.
You have Spider-Man #1 and then Wakanda #2.
Yeah, just for personal enjoyment.
There's a new Spider-Man movie?
No Way Home.
No, I'm kidding. That was sarcasm.
Don't you dare.
Oh, and we'll talk about this character. But people are like, "Oh, Ironheart was shoehorned to like set up the show." No. I thought actually that yes, her character, once the plot like really kicks off after we sort of bring her in, like it's obviously everything is hitting the fan. But I thought what I really respected about them bringing her in is one sort of Shuri obviously has the loss of a sibling. We get this sort of sibling relationship, adopted sibling relationship between Shuri and remind me of her name, Riri. And also what I loved is, at least how I read this, is sort of the parallel between how T'Challa's dad, neglected Michael B. Jordan. God, what's his name? Killmonger.
Eric.
In the past, and now we see the Queen sort of take Riri under her wing, and ultimately like saves her.
Wow.
So I thought that was a nice parallel. So I thought there was enough character ties there for it to make sense in everybody's arc. Yeah, it's kind of stupid of like, okay, the CIA made this thing and then like this teenager, and then like she doesn't really know about it, so it's like she doesn't really have a personal opinion on like, it's all kind of plot convenience how she gets in there. But once she's there, I really liked what they did with her and how she actually like helped out and then sort of became part of the adopted family. So that was really well done for me. The only subplot I didn't really like, I love Martin Freeman. He's a total goof in these movies. But I didn't really like the stuff between him and Val. It just kind of sucked up time. If anything needed to be cut, I think I would have cut that out of the movie.
Yeah,
I don't know how much time that ultimately was, and it certainly didn't. Did like glaringly take me out, but
Why don't we get that stuff out of the way just for discussion? Because I'm at this point, the introductions we've had with Val have just been kind of like dark Nick Fury, I guess. But like I don't really know.
And I still don't even know what they're actually setting up. Like,
I know
she's just herding cats. Every single movie, she just shows up in the background and is like,
I know it's leading to Thunderbolts. I don't know what that's gonna give us.
Yeah, it's leading to a movie that nobody wants, with a team that nobody cares for.
She's bad, and does she want to take over the government? Like, we get the one line. Yeah. We get one line in here where,
the vibranium line.
Yeah, she's like, where he's like, what if America got all this? And she's like, that's what I wish for. Blah blah blah. Like very coy. Like,
It's interesting.
It's very unclear what she wants. I mean, we got her in.
It does. In Hawkeye, for some reason, she wanted Hawkeye dead. Which we still do we
It
still
was
know
never
the reason
resolved.
For that? Yeah, do we still know the reason why she wanted an Avenger and Hawkeye dead?
Maybe she. I don't know if she just wanted to like drive some, to like shake up some shit in like the hero roster.
But she
I don't know.
still works for the CIA. Am I
Still works
right?
for the CIA, exactly. But then, so yeah.
So is she working on behalf of the government still, or is this whole thing branching off into her own self-interest?
I think
it's all feeling very power broker. I don't understand.
It's feeling like wait and see. It's feeling Feige's classic
I
wait
don't
and see.
know. But
I
she's
think
been in like 4 projects now, and I'm just like, I'm getting nothing from you.
Yeah. So what do we have so far? Black Widow, Hawkeye, Cap, and Winter Soldier,
and now this.
And now Black Panther.
Was she in Hawkeye? Oh, I guess no. She's sent.
She's
from Black Widow, but she's not in Hawkeye.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So,
I think thematically though, I can see why Coogler would want her in here thematically, and this will go back to Carson's.
I mean, we get the. I very much feel the world is pressing in on Wakanda, and we get that.
I think for Coogler, he wanted the Americans to have a POV, a spokesperson in a way, because America is kind of like the villain in this movie, right? In terms of like trying to go.
But they never
after
show it. That's what my frustration is.
Yeah.
Instead of showing anything like that,
in
terms of what America wants to do, like they're like, oh, we're gonna destabilize. Oh, we're gonna do that.
I think that's the point, though. They just want vibranium.
Well, I think the opening assault on the outreach center by the French.
Yeah, that was the best display of it.
Yeah, I think that encapsulates. I think that encapsulates for every nation, not just
not just France. Yeah, I think it encapsulates. This is what everybody wants. This is just one nation.
And I guess I get put off by it because then they try to do this this chant. They set up that they were married, and then like we just get like this goofy like we were exes comedy. Haha, drive for 8 hours. Haha, teehee. Like it just doesn't do it for me. But
which is wild because the whole screen time is maybe like 5 minutes.
I know
you're probably right. But the thing is, that goes into one of the issues of the movie in terms of like it's a little bit sloppy editing towards the back half when they're jamming in. Oh, we have to say that he got freed out of prison.
Christian had a good idea of making that just an end credit scene, and I'd probably just feel like one.
I would have. That would have been one of the worst end credit scenes. Oh yay! They freed Martin Freeman. Yay!
Hey now,
Martin Freeman will return.
To be fair, we've had worse post-credit scenes.
Oh yeah, this year.
Look, man, I live in a world where
we gotta talk.
Look, I live in a world where I saw the Morbius end credit scene.
No, it doesn't exist.
Nothing's breaking me after that.
That is true. Yeah, we did not
exist, Carson, and I live with it.
The movie's not out yet.
It's on Netflix forever.
No.
It's been there.
It's
my birthday commentary now. You forced my hand.
3090, Nathan. 3090. That's what we gotta watch.
When will we do Paranormal Activity 2?
Evan, what did you think of the movie?
Enough of the white man.
Enough of the Martin Freeman. I agree. That was probably my weakest point too, the Martin Freeman, the Val stuff, because it's just very unclear. Even though I get from a thematic reason, you want to have a spokesperson for America. Even if the character's unclear, you get the gist that the basic gist is that America just really wants vibranium at any cost. If that includes destabilizing Wakanda, if that includes going to war with Wakanda, then we'll do it, even though it's very messy and illogical. I thought the movie was very good overall. I think I haven't seen it twice now. I still think the first one's just tighter and stronger, but this one is just very emotional from the jump. And they had a very tough job in making Shuri the lead here, but I think they do a good job of putting her in the experience of what America felt when we saw that Chadwick died. We immediately buy into Shuri being a lead because she's going through the same experience that we all did. And the way that her arc transforms her, not only from like supporting to a lead, but just from a sibling to somebody who has to, from a smaller sibling, little sister to T'Challa, to having now lead a country, to having now be the Black Panther. These duties that she's kind of chasing away from or going away from because of her regret or fear or just still the deep sadness that she feels,
or anger.
Exactly, which I thought was very good too. It's all very felt. Letitia Wright, fantastic acting. Every beat of the movie is just very good. I like how the movie's pacing was just very deliberate, at least from the first 2/3 of the movie. The pacing is just very strong, going from one scene to the
The
next.
slow scenes are so good.
The slow scenes are really good. There's one small beat I don't see many people talking about, but it's when Okoye returns to Wakanda earlier in the movie, and it's like that sunset. It's very different from the iconic T'Challa returning to Wakanda in the first half of Black Panther. It's very triumphant. We're seeing Wakanda for the first time. It's all green and bright. This one, it's sunset. She's coming in. It's more somber. This movie is probably.
Is this where she has the queen on the coming back from the UN meeting?
Exactly, coming back from the UN meeting.
It's beautiful because it's also like mirroring the same imagery, like panning up, like T'Challa holding his helmet, listening to his dad's death. Now mirroring T'Challa's mom listening about her son's death, holding her crown.
Yeah,
it's very powerful. And this movie, again, it's just in general very powerful. But I think as a sequel, this is triumphant as a sequel. Like there's a lot of arcs that are paralleled here that are expanded upon in deeper meaning than I really ever expected. And the emotional beats, again, the emotions hit. Regardless of what people may think about like the plot or overall, I think the emotional beats between each character, their relationships, how strange they are, some of the newer ones are very well written here.
Yeah, it feels very like just very direct emotional follow-up to the first one, and I know that seems like obvious to say because it's the sequel, but I don't think that's always earned.
No, and that's rare for Marvel, right? For example, Doctor Strange came out this year. Multiverse of Madness is a direct sequel to Doctor Strange, but there are so many things that happen in between that it doesn't really feel, not to slight Doctor Strange at all, but it doesn't feel like a continuous follow-up. This one feels like a more continuous follow-up. And I'm not digging Doctor Strange. It's a good movie. But what I'm saying is this one feels like a very continuous follow-up. They're bringing back beats. They're bringing back moments that happened in the first one that you might forget.
And that's what makes the payoff so strong for me here at by the end. That end one-on-one fight is that it all feels culminating to that moment.
I agree. I do love me some good end fights. I do wish that we stuck with the Shuri versus Namor fight on the beach, because I feel like it cuts too much to like the ship on the boat fights, which I think are less interesting than the beach fight. Like I feel like just stick with the beach fight and don't intercut, please. But otherwise, I think it was very well done fight, both thematically and physically. Overall, I think Ryan's direction is hard to say, because I think Ryan, he has learned some things since Black Panther. I don't know if this one's a huge step up directorially, but I think it's still another great job. It's crazy to me that this is his only third, at least for a big like motion picture. It's just or fourth. It's really remarkable there. Overall, supporting cast did a huge job here. We all heard that like without Chadwick, that this is going to be built on the backs of the supporting cast, and I think. Shuri was amazing. Ramonda as Amanda Bassett. Angela Bassett was amazing. Not star turn, but just like another brilliant performance from Angela Bassett. Of course, Lupita Nyong'o just continues to give amazing performances, and we all talked about it. Winston Duke, it just continues to kill it. And I loved some of his scenes in the end with Shuri as well. Everybody had a great, clear, concise arc. Nothing was too messy. The only messy thing was just some of the editing at the end. But I think a lot of the emotional beats hit. And I had a great time watching it. Never bored.
Never.
Nathan, what did you think of 2018's Black Panther?
2018's Black Panther. Well.
This dude.
Man, I love it. Genuinely.
We haven't done a commentary of any MC movie, right?
No, other than the two.
I rewatched Black Panther the night before I saw this.
I will agree with you guys. Like this does feel like the first movie that feels like you could watch the first and second back to back.
Yes, without missing the emotional context of.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
exactly. And I've always been fine with that because I know we're in a connected universe. And I know that's just how like it tends to play to be. And which is why it's funny. Like every time I see like a theater hold an event of like doing a double feature like the first and second movie, or like just the solo movies, I'm like, that's gonna feel disjointed as hell. That's not a.
It reminds me of go see Jurassic World Dominion, but before that, go see the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah, what the
I'm
fuck?
like, wait, what?
Even 5?
They have no connection to whatsoever.
That's so weird. It's so weird. I was like, that's just all right. Anyway, yeah. Just like take a look at all the films. It's just like, yeah, that's because all the big team ups tend to happen in between the solos. So when that does go down, it's not. I mean, granted, I would say Far From Home and No Way Home probably go well 1 to 2 because they're
true.
directly after each other.
Yes.
But again, Far From Home coming off the heels of the greater expansion. And granted, Black Panther came after Civil War, but it just stands so well on its own. It's it clicks. So when you have these 1 and 2, I was thoroughly impressed of just like how self-contained it is. I mean, yeah, we have like mention of Thanos once, stuff like that, 5-year gap. But it's just real quick, and it flows into like the full dialogue of like the way and the emotions that the characters are talking about. Yeah. It doesn't break away. It's not introducing new stuff. I mean, it introduces new stuff, but it's not in a way of just like, get ready, buckle up, kids, next summer.
Yeah, it's not in your face setup, which I like.
Yeah.
Like Ironheart is obvious setup, but it feels so. I was surprised at how connected it feels. It didn't feel like let's take a pit stop. The movie's not taking a pause.
And I mean, maybe the introduction scene with her on campus and then in the dorm, like it's a little long, but like
when they played Brooklyn. No, I'm kidding.
Queens. Left hands free.
Like you probably could have just showed up to her door, but then you wouldn't get the characterization that like she's like
a genius
selling homework or whatever, and that joke comes back later.
She's definitely a better place than Peter, that's for sure. Even Peter pre.
Yeah, this dorm is nice. Like the natural light she's got in this place. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. She just got $1,000 like instantly. I'm like, oh fuck, you're probably living pretty sad.
Yeah.
I mean, not sad, but
she had the whole garage to herself.
Yeah, man, she's definitely like ordering parts. She's got it. She's building fucking Mark 1 box of scraps. But yeah, it's just, a lot of it is just so good. A big thing that made this so good. It is my number 1 of the year right now. And it's
I didn't know this.
It's my number 1 of the year. It's my number 4 MCU anything right now.
Gee willikers.
Nice.
Primarily because I am just a sucker for fucking sadness.
Oh, me too. Somebody play On the Nature of Daylight. Yeah.
I adore. As sounds fucking masochistic, but like when characters I care about are put through the ringer emotionally,
that's
and
the
facing
peak stuff.
stuff.
The peak stuff.
Literally, shit in my show. I'm like, my most peak stuff is this stuff.
That's what I live for.
And I can't wait to deliver. But
like the emotional scenes, like, oh, God, just like
that
some of my favorite scenes in this movie. Just like M'Baku and Shuri, just like after the Queen's funeral, and she's like, the last person that truly knows me, I just buried them. Like, I was like, fuck.
It's so good. So they have so many great lines. Like I think.
Oh no! And then she goes, my heart went with her. I was like, fuck, stop. Because he asked her, what does your heart tell you? Like what? Because now she's queen and she has to like react to all this and make all decisions right away. I'm like, oh no. It hurts,
Nathan,
man.
I want you to continue real quick, but yeah, finish what you had to say real quick.
Wait, like she had a great line of like just like calling back to the first film again, just like, so now you stand with the child who scoffs at tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in this moment, just like that shit doesn't matter. It's just you're sad.
Yeah.
And I promised your brother I would be your counsel.
Do you guys remember like when this movie had the pause in filming because of Letitia's injury, and then we got the news that they were upping Winston Duke to a more significant role in the movie?
Yeah.
I'm so glad they did. Because all of his scenes are so well done.
Do you know where she got injured?
Huh?
Yeah,
there was a
I don't remember how.
Yeah, during a stunt, and her leg got hurt or something.
Yeah, I wonder which scene it was. I wonder if it was like a la Fallout, where it's like, did they keep it in the movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's interesting. Derby says 9 out of 10 for what it's thoroughly entertained. It's mostly being a DC fan. This was one of the best products of Phase 4 and a brilliant tribute to the legacy film. I agree. Yeah. Let's talk about real quick though that they actually killed off Queen Ramonda. I was surprised. This
I was
threw me
very-
back to No Way Home when they killed Aunt May.
Yeah.
Because we were always doing death predictions. I'm like, there's no way they kill Aunt May, right? But they killed another mother figure. Tragic. I don't really like it, but they killed another mother figure in an MCU movie. That's like brutal. I did not see that coming at all.
Shuri's the last of her family, man.
I know.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
dark. It's really dark, but
that's
I
dark.
think it just works so well at that turning point in the second act, because you really feel once Namor comes up there and he's like, mourn your debt, or mourn your debt. What does he say? He says,
Mourn your losses.
mourn
bury
your
your
losses,
dead.
bury your dead. I'll
That
see you
line
in a
is
fucking
fire.
week.
And he just goes, "You are queen now."
Oh yeah.
That's screaming.
As soon as he said that, they went on to trying to revive Ramon, and I'm like, if he said that baller line and she's still alive, that would be weird. So I'm like, okay, she might have to be dead here, but I didn't want her to be dead.
Yeah.
That was, man, and what a standout too, the way she was like carrying that big wide shot of her lifting Riri up through the water.
God.
That was a great scene. You see her struggling. It was a really good like Princess Leia TLJ moment. Oh my God, what a scene. But yeah, that shocked me. I didn't know that. I didn't think they'd do it. I thought they like wouldn't continue the franchise with her being the queen or whatever. I was super surprised.
I'm sure we'll probably get her one more time in the ancestral plane.
Yes.
Which was a great, beautiful moment of breakthrough in her character come to end when she does finally appear to her.
That was great. Love that.
And I was so waiting. I'm like, okay, they're definitely gonna do the mom, and then they didn't. And then he saved it for the moment of clarity at the peak of the fight, which I thought was so cool.
That's how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, Angela Bassett was just unbelievable in this movie. What I loved is how vulnerable this whole cast was very vulnerable in a lot of their scenes, but we really saw the queen just going through a lot here in terms of sacrifices, in terms of what's going on through her like psyche, just losing her family, being a worried mother figure to Shuri. It all felt very real and raw, and I really liked that.
Oh yeah. There's a couple of things to talk about. This introduction scene with Namor was very
My God,
cool. fucking
Yes.
the mythology of siren songs, like
Yeah.
in the culture of
That shit was
Talokan.
so
my
good.
dad and I, on my second viewing, my dad elbowed me. He was like, "Is this like siren stuff?" I was like, "Oh, Dad, you know about this stuff?" But yeah, I was like,
That's Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson. Automatically, I think of Percy Jackson when I think of sirens. Book 3, Percy Jackson. But it was really good. I love me a good blockbuster that does horror. Spielberg is a master of that, of course. But I loved it here with the whole sirens, people committing suicide. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is dark, as
Dude, and
hell.
then when we because we get a glimpse of him at the end of that scene, but when he first shows up to Wakanda and his eyes are just popping out of the water, that's pretty creepy too.
Oh, it's like continuous, just the way he
Yeah.
rises without hesitation, then just the wings
Yep.
coming out. Very glad they treated the whole wing thing very like they didn't like poke fun and make
No,
a MCU joke.
yeah, I was nervous there. Like I think, like, oh, the guy that flies the wings or whatever. No,
God,
no.
if Star-Lord was in the scene, it would have been.
Oh
alright, but-
God,
I'm sure in Secret Wars we're gonna get.
No.
I do want to talk to you
Coming
guys
in.
later on, like when the next time we see Namor, because I'm so addicted to
Yeah, me
Talokan
too.
and Namor now. Like
And
this whole stuff is beautiful.
he ain't done. He is not done.
Tenoch Huerta, again, if you haven't seen Narcos Mexico seasons 1 through 3, or basically 1 through 2, he's very good in that series as like the little brother to Diego Luna and Orfame. They're both siblings. Diego Luna's the rival boss, and he's like the underling under Diego, the little brother who schemes and a genius. But he's a very dark in that show too, just a brutal guy. And I loved his turn here because he's a scary, dark character, but with a lot of charisma. And
Obviously his people love him. Like,
yeah, you feel the like aspiration that his people have towards him, and the way he talks to people, it isn't just like I'm going to destroy you all. It's just like, this is my plan. This is why I have to kill the scientist, right? It's like he talks so calm and like down to earth, but his words have meaning. His words have backing to them. He will do what he says he's going to do.
And
God, when he comes back into the cave and goes, "My child," like he's just so smooth. Like,
Yeah,
he got it, just like the way his progression goes. Just at his point, he just like takes a minute. He's just like, it's no longer about the scientist. Like the entire service war. This show, like this machine, is evident that the time is now that we have to push back against this.
Yeah, exactly. And that brings the rise of like Riri. I think Riri is very good here because she's like the technology versus tradition that we see in this movie. This movie is bringing about like the advent of like tradition in terms of like what we have to do with the heart-shaped or the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah.
And like the tradition of the Black Panther or the ruler. But also, since Shuri is now our main character, she's very technology focused.
Yeah.
And
she's trying to out technology her way out of her problems.
Exactly. I think that's why Shuri or Riri is a great addition, because not only is she getting her new show, but she exemplifies technology, and you're bringing technology into Wakanda. I just thought it was very good thematically as well. But yeah, Namor just on another level. Was a fantastic villain who had a lot of the right meaning and causes, just like Killmonger. Now, I think Killmonger is the better villain because I think Michael B. Jordan is just on a next level villain performance.
Sure.
But Namor is right up there, and they didn't kill him off, which I love too. So he has potential to grow. I'm still bummed they killed Killmonger, but regardless,
shall we discuss that scene?
Yeah, we should. Let's jump to that right now. Yeah, because we see Killmonger come back in the intentional plane, and I think another good like thematic purpose. Like this movie has so many themes that are just nailed here, and I think seeing Killmonger talk to Shuri was a beautiful scene. Crowd went wild both times, of course, because Michael B. Jordan's just great. Sup, cuz? Like that. So good, so good. This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I was so happy.
It's oh boy, I went right back to the one of the featurettes on The Last Jedi. Ryan Johnson talked about the cave scene with Rey, going like she's looking for her parents. That's what she wants to see, but like that's not what she's being shown right now. She's not getting all the answers. She's not getting the easy way out right now. She's got to go on this journey of discovery.
Totally. And you totally get like you understand like how malleable the situation is. Like she's just so broken at this point that even when she that scene when she does wake up from the ancestral plane, like she's like, don't even cover me, like whatever, blah 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 blah, and then she's like, it didn't even work, like I saw the wrong person.
She starts crying. She's like, they abandoned me.
Gosh, when she punches the Dormelage outfit and just goes flying.
I have one of those too. Yeah. Good.
This is what it feels like when the comedy's spaced out.
Yes, it does.
All right, fine.
Seeing this in comparison to Thor: Love and Thunder, I love Taika. Taika has a different comedic style than, of course, Ryan. Totally. But I love these two Black Panther movies because the way the Black Panther franchise does comedy, it just works 1,000%. In both these movies.
Did he freeze?
That's great. But yeah, Michael B. Jordan was just brought in at the right time. Just seeing her anger there and the way that he's exemplifying like what happened with the whole heart-shaped herb and how the vengeance and how righteous that she needs to be, kind of like going against what T'Challa was preaching in the last movie. And
I think he calls T'Challa too noble or something.
Exactly. Yeah, like your brother was too noble.
Are you gonna be noble like your brother, or get business done like me?
Yeah,
exactly. And it's so interesting because he was brought up before we see the scene. Killmonger was brought up when Ramonda's talking about it with another beautiful scene where she's like, when he came here, like nobody did anything, right? So they kind of like seeded Killmonger there earlier in the movie. But yeah, he's here at a perfect time for Shuri. Shuri's vengeance is really spiking here, and I love it when our heroes can get like so raw and so vulnerable.
In a burning throne room scene.
Anger. With the burning throne room scene. I love a good burning throne room.
That shot was different in the trailer.
Was it really that different?
Well, I mean, Killmonger wasn't there.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Was he off screen in the trailer?
No, they shot the whole platform.
Okay. Okay.
But it was interesting, like when she first gets there and she swims up from the water under the throne. The throne is obviously out of focus, and you see someone sitting on there, and just like the way his hair is out of focus, it looks like Ramonda's crown, like the shape. So you expect like, oh yeah, her mom. Here we go. It's just like it's the most gut punched. I mean, it's like exciting as an audience member, but you know for sure it's just like this is a nightmare.
Yeah, so it's kind of a bit of an emotional clash because the audience is happy to see Killmonger, but Shuri, that's the last person. Like Nathan said,
It's like
last
Hux
person
walking
you
in
want
and
to
throwing.
see.
What is going on?
Yeah, what's going on here? What are you showing me?
What happened?
The Supreme Leader.
The Supreme
is
Leader
dead.
is dead.
The girl killed her.
But yeah, like he said all the right things as somebody like Killmonger, and it's interesting because again, going back to Evan was completely wrong here. I wanted. There was a time where I wanted Killmonger to be like, have him come back to life and him be the next Black Panther because Michael B. Jordan's fantastic.
Mhm.
But I think it works here where they continue not the Michael B. Jordan redemption, which is weird because I'm always preaching the redemption case here. But I think for Killmonger, it works that he's still, even in the interstellar plane, it works that he still has his core tenets are still the same. Like they didn't bring him back, and he's like, you know what? I'll help you out, Shuri. This is what I should do now. This is what you should do now. He's not coming in here as like a savior figure to her. He's not redeemed here in a sense. He's sticking to his core ideals. And I think that makes Killmonger a stronger character. He's sticking to his core ideals, and it's interesting because it's exactly what Shuri kind of wants at the time. The herb is telling her what she needs to. It's interesting. It's telling her what she needs to see in order to do the opposite.
Right.
It's very much like the angel devil on shoulders, but you only have the devil right now.
Exactly. You see,
Right,
the
and now
devil
she has
so that
all
you-
this power, like really
Yeah.
physically, like
She's
see the
commanding the
devil-
army. She's leading the nation. She has the power, the Black Panther.
do
And
you do
you know
with
you're
it?
going through an emotional time. Power can corrupt you.
It
for
can.
vengeance.
Exactly. And I like how she struggled with that towards the end of the movie where everything's going not exactly to plan. Like Namor is ruining her plans at the end of the movie, destroys the ship, and she has to fight a one-on-one thing. And it's just beautiful. Because the whole Namor and Shuri dynamic is just incredible here. I love a good villain hero dynamic, and I loved the whole scene with her coming into Talokan, and that was one of my favorite scenes.
it's so refreshing when he tells her we get the exposition of the backstory, but it's so well done because he's like, you see, this is why I am who I am. Like I've been alive for this long, and I'm not just going to give up on my people. I can't back down on my people now.
And we're all like, I get it, but we still can't let you do it. It's so interesting because like at this point we see Riri, we see how she is as a person. This isn't just some average scientist, but at the same time we just got a touching and beautiful sequence of Talokan, its people, its culture, Namor's backstory, and then at the end he's like,
bro, did
"And this is why I have
Talokans
to kill her."
get snaps? Like they're on the planet, right?
I believe definitely at some point.
Did
Some
what?
definitely got snapped. But the Thanos snap.
Thanos snap.
Oh, Thanos.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But also Talokan is a nation that is
Yeah, he's still. I mean, if Thanos didn't find it, like why?
yeah, they stay
Yeah,
hiding and all.
stay
Like he
hiding.
doesn't have stakes in the surface world. He's like, why the fuck would he do anything? Like, what's the point?
That'd have
There's
been
no
interesting if Thanos.
How do they get
new?
I just was thinking about the logistics of their world so much. Of like, damn, like how do they get their news? Like, do they have like technology? Like, but I mean, they make like these water bombs and stuff. I'm like, do they have like phones? Like, do they like sonar phones or like?
That's a great point. But I mean, Namor's.
I'm sure they have very like technical tools to help.
Yeah, they could probably. I mean, I think they obviously communicate with the animals and stuff too. So I don't know how that works.
I know. I mean, they showcase just from the. So like later when Shuri visits Talokan, Namor is saying, "I heard you by the river. You said you wanted to burn the world." Great scene, by the way, when that was going down. When it was though, he was still very much underwater at quite a distance. So he has very, very good hearing. So if he just he swims by ashore, he can pick up some news.
Yeah, I feel like once a week he comes down to his throne room, big audience. Hey guys, so on Monday this is what happened. Humans still suck. They're still doing this. On Tuesday they got a new president. He sucks too. So like he's just telling them like all these crazy news that's happening in America and around the world. But you're right. I think Talokan, the whole sequence, I forget the song that plays, but it's just a very beautiful.
I've been
I'm
on repeat.
Oh, thank God. I'm riveted by that sequence every time I watched it twice. But every time I watched it, I was like anticipating the sequence of her going through the current, the melody of the music. It's just very comforting and
This
beautiful.
song is called Con la Brisa, which is like Spanish for with the breeze.
With the breeze.
As they're
yeah.
moving through
I
the
was
different
floating.
currents.
And, it's so great.
It's beautiful.
It's very funny because it's happening all while Shuri's in this very clunky suit.
But goddamn it, the way they frame her, you just see her whimsy.
Exactly, like the way they frame it, you're stuck on Letitia Wright's face, and the way that she's absorbing everything coming in, and you can see her awe, her fascination with the world around her, and just seeing everybody play those sports. Which I get, those are sports from actual Mesoamerican history.
Yeah,
like the shoot the ball through the hoop.
Yeah,
like you can go see that in like one of those. I forget what animated movie it is, but
El Dorado.
Exactly.
Every time, every viewing, I'm like, yeah,
El Dorado. Yeah. So I like how they had that kind of flipped on its head there. But yeah, Talokan culture. I wish the city was a bit brighter so I could see like more of the world.
We are hidden, Evan.
But it makes sense, of course. It makes sense. Like, of course, they're hidden.
But goddamn, the line,
yeah,
I brought the sun to my people.
Oh,
Whew.
it's such a beautiful line. And just seeing it visually, it's just, you see how much he does for his people, which is, you can compare it to a lot of things. Like, you can compare it to what T'Challa did for his people in the first movie and what Shuri is trying to do for her people now. She's trying to stop them from going to war. She's doing all this to stop them from going to war. But even her, like this, she's not really officially leader yet. So she's burdened with trying to do what's best for her people, just like Namor's doing best for his people. Yeah. But at the same time, she still struggles with what happened to her brother and battling that side of her as well.
We haven't talked about that cold open. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Cold open, just very ballsy,
very claustrophobic.
Yeah,
it starts out very well. First off, like we're still in darkness as Shuri's, who isn't a believer of any of this mystical stuff, really.
Is that surprising to us, real quick, that she's not fully with the
totally
gods?
She's always been very just like, oh boy, yeah, here we go, all the traditions and
right
stuff.
I mean,
and she
it's
just
like
wants to advance the nation.
Yeah, I mean, they live in the most advanced nation, so.
But seeing like this moment where she's just at her wit's end and just desperately like trying to pray and just like, I won't question your existence. Please help me save him. But it's the whole scene is very, it's so well acted. But we as an audience we're very hopeful that like somehow she can succeed, even though we all know deep down she can't.
Yeah.
I was trying to keep track of the direction here during this scene, because I don't think it's a one-shot take. But
it is until Ramonda walks in.
Okay, yeah, because I think, thank you, Nathan, because I think I was going to say, I think it is kind of close to a one-shot take, because we're going from Shuri, the camera's tracking Shuri.
Yeah, and then she yells, everyone get out, and then...
Exactly.
She's
and
walking
then
up the steps to the printer.
Cut to Ramonda. Yeah, I think you're right there, Nathan. Because the way they film it, it's so frantic, and you're with Shuri in this scene. I think it was very genius.
God, when she yells, like, print it! Like...
Yeah. Everybody leave! Print it! Even though it's like a 29%.
29%.
It's not gonna cut it. Gosh, it was so good. And just, it's good to have, I'm happy they didn't have, a deathbed and just, T'Challa's body under there and her just mourning. It's just, I like her being in her laboratory here. Mm-hmm. And then cut to Ramonda. This is probably the most we've seen in the laboratory. And we see it a lot in other movies, but the way that this movie focuses on the whole area.
Yeah, it's a part of her character. We see, after certain events of her returning to there and sort of having to mull over things and it feels a part of the story in a good way.
Exactly, it's her safe space.
It's like T'Challa is very much like a man of obviously he's a ruler, he's a king, so he's communicating with everybody, so he's always around everywhere. Shuri's world is in that lab. This is her playground. This is her life.
Yeah, and when Ramonda comes in to say the news, it's just immediately heartbreaking. And we cut to the now iconic opening credits, where complete silence, if you have a good theater at least.
Every screening was just a very you felt like it was silence, but you also did have that sense of somber seeping through the air.
I did love the tribute logo.
Yeah,
Oh
So
yeah,
good.
that was beautiful. I believe they used a form of it in soon after Chadwick passed. They updated the
Yeah,
Disney Plus
the
file
video.
for
Yeah, 'cause
Black Panther.
I was thinking that because I was like, I don't think that's my first time seeing this.
Yeah.
But then I think but then recently when I went to rewatch it, it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't there when I watched
Huh?
it.
And
noticed
I
it.
was looking forward to it, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
What?
it's not
But
there.
I guess that it's too like probably just like
They
too
probably
late.
didn't have it in the
Emotionally
IMAX expanded file.
Well, no, I'm saying they probably just like wanted audiences who are probably watching right now to like not anticipate that if they hadn't seen it yet, so that when you see it in theaters after all that went down, you're like, oh my god, fuck.
Yeah, interesting.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, what a fantastic opener. What other scenes did you guys like? Well, yeah, I want to go back to Namor and Shuri. We get the classic like try on like the villain clothes there. I loved it, or not the villain clothes, but just like the Talokan culture clothes. And I loved the whole backstory that he tells her about his mother. It didn't like take a pause in the movie. It just felt very like interesting and intriguing, and just another case of just like the surface world, humans in general, the dark side of civilization. Because that's basically the villain of this movie. The people that, not just Americans, but like it's a joke now, but the colonizer. My favorite colonizer. But in actuality, like these colonizers are the big villains of the movie in America and in Namor's past. That was a very cool historical flashback.
Yeah, and I like how that pits them as both, survivors and victims of the structures of the world, essentially.
Yeah.
And so by the time we have that sort of quiet moment, one-on-one, after he shows her the city, it's like this like sort of realization, but still, because of everybody's motivating interest, we get sucked back into the plot, and it's like tragic in that way.
Exactly, because you see all that, you empathize with him so much, but then he's like, "I gotta kill the scientist." You're like, "Oh, I forgot."
Stop! Like, no, I was just in a vacuum for a second. Like, go back.
Very smart. The way he got his name. Oh, what a scene!
Scene out without love.
Yeah, without love. Oh, so good. Like, that's definitely not from the comics, but I love the way they.
Yeah, I saw a tweet about that of like, no, Dad, his name has just been Namor since whatever, and then the dad leaning over when they explain it is with no.
They use the Thor meme.
Really?
It's so good.
It's such a good scene because we saw some of it in the trailers, but seeing Namor like grow through his childhood, like smallpox effectively killed his parents or his people, and then his mother too. As he grew older, and then just him to come back to see the horrors of the world in the.
Didn't that actually happen to a certain population in the?
I believe so.
What did?
In South America,
smallpox,
or the Central Americas.
Oh, it happened everywhere.
Yeah, I know, but like historically, did it legit come from Europe too? Like,
It didn't come from anywhere else. Yeah, they brought the diseases everywhere. Europeans brought diseases to Africa, to North America, South America. They went. India, diseases everywhere. It wasn't just smallpox. There was other things too, but smallpox, of course, is the biggest one.
Big one.
Because of course they didn't have any immune systems for it. You're meeting entirely new people. But yeah, I like how raw this movie is just so raw. I'm like seeing the smallpox, seeing people just die and struggle to survive. But again, the whole seeing Namor, know with love, and the way he now smiles about it, like he accepts the name.
And he's like living. He's like a living myth almost. Like I love these like painting on the wall. Like he's like painting his own myth. Like
that's a good point. He's painting his own myth here. He's accepting it. Oh man! It's
even by the end, he's adding the Black Panther to.
Like he's just like a very like.
Is that what he was doing?
He painted. The Black
he was
Panther.
adding the Black Panther.
You can see earlier on in the film that spot is very much empty.
Okay, I couldn't tell. I was like, is he just like admiring it, or is he just adding it?
No, if you freeze frame it, there's
okay. Yeah, what a good artist.
Yeah, I love 500 years to improve, I suppose. I love the description of his birth too. He's like, I was born with wings on my feet and ears that pointed to the sky. I was a mutant. and and at that point, and also at that point, I wasn't just like, oh, he said it. I'm just like, I got chills because I was just like, fuck, man. I'm locked into every word he's saying.
Yeah.
Me too. You're so captivated.
You're so right.
You're so right. Is this the first time we see the word mutant? It's not, right?
Spoken, I think.
Didn't we get that whole thing at the end of Miss Marvel? I can't.
But no, like, in the Marvel movie, is it the first time we hear the word mutant spoken in a Marvel movie?
In a Marvel movie, yeah. I mean, we had Charles and the Illuminati, but they didn't say anything.
They didn't say, "Hey, we're mutants."
I think the term mutation might have been dropped in Miss Marvel, but in terms of just definitively saying "I am mutant," I think this is the first declaration.
I am Spider-Man. No, yeah,
I am Spider-Man. No Way
Home. Yeah, it's just Namor's acceptance and adding to his culture. It's just very cool. The character has so many interesting layers. Again, I'm so happy that they're keeping him alive because I want to see more to this character. Fast forwarding, but like, what do we think? Like, his plan basically is like, eventually civilization is going to come for Wakanda again, and maybe Wakanda will ask us for aid. Now, because he's saying this and because he's left alive at the end of the movie, is this going to come to pass? Is he going to be proven right here? Are the Thunderbolts eventually going to be used to track down Wakanda again? I don't think that's going to happen. It's a possibility.
I wonder if that is the plot building up.
Say it again, Carson.
Something will happen. I mean, it's inevitable, right? That Wakanda gets invaded again, not by just random aliens.
I will say, unless they have like some intense dirt on Bucky, he is not doing that fucking mission.
That's the thing, right?
Not at all.
Not at all, boy. Not at all, boy.
They gotta blackmail the fuck out of him.
It makes it so interesting because I don't think Namor, the movie itself, Feige is going to have Namor say the lines like, eventually they're going to need us, if he's not going to be proven right in a sense. Like I think Carson's right. Eventually somebody's going to come from Wakanda, but now we're at an interesting standpoint where how do you go with this storyline by not making it feel so similar to what we just saw in Wakanda Forever? Right. Like we just saw a whole movie about people. What?
Could just be needing help during Secret Wars. I don't know.
Probably. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, somebody's going after Wakanda again. Like
no, and I still think it would be a reluctant partnership. Just in a more.
I think it would probably like win him over to say like, it's not just the server that will perish. Like all the sea life, all that in your world will also perish.
It's also interesting if Wakanda does owe Namor after that. I think that's very interesting to me.
Yeah, that's a great point because in the comics, T'Challa and Namor have the
rivalry,
iconic rivalry, but Shuri and Namor have a different relationship. And I'm very curious to see where this is going to lead because it's not a T'Challa and Namor relationship where it's like, I will kill you on sight, bro. Mm-hmm. It's like, like in the comics, it's a very not brotherly, but it's like a very parallel. Two male rulers having to do these burdened by their fathers and by their past, clashing like all the time. But then you have Namor now with Shuri, and I think because Shuri has been there. They have a different relationship. They've already fought once. Like, I don't think we're gonna get like it's on site like kind of fight anymore. I think we're gonna get a very interesting relationship. I don't know, like, are they gonna be buddy or are they gonna be like respectful?
I think it's just like tense allies.
Allies. I'm very curious where they go here. It's a lot of different routes.
Man, Shuri fucked him up, bro.
She did. So did he too. He stabbed her in the chest.
Yeah, that was.
That was great. Hurt. I love it when a hero gets stabbed. It's the same thing for Infinity War. When Thanos stabs it, the crowd goes like,
well, Evan, you're gonna love
Am I getting stabbed in Time Blazer?
No.
Oh.
Nathan is.
Carson is. Whatever. Somebody's
Y'all ain't gonna fucking believe episode 1, bro.
You're getting stabbed in episode 1?
No, I'm not getting stabbed.
Decapitated?
Let's see.
Oh my god, we gotta go back in time.
Back to the past, Samurai Jack.
I told you I'm using literally every form of time travel in this show.
This is crazy.
I was gonna say, but yeah. So I'm very curious to see what's next for Namor. Like Thunderbolts could happen, but I had the same thing as you, Nathan. No way in hell Bucky's gonna do that. So I don't think Thunderbolts the movie is gonna be about that. But yeah, eventually something has to happen to Wakanda. This could just be teased in a Disney Plus series, but I doubt anything Namor related is gonna be relegated to Disney Plus. I feel like Namor is such an important character now that anything big happening with Talokan and Namor will be relegated to the films.
Well, it's interesting though. I know because Val was in this movie that like we're assuming like it's leading there, but
that's what we're assuming, yeah, right.
But
so,
I think the news that we've been hearing is pointing towards the conflict going to be in Captain America 4. I think like Thunderbolts and New World Order are going hand in hand.
Yeah, I think they're gonna clash.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be more focused over there, not the
more of the. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Because again, going back to what Feige said with the three main tenets of Phase 4 Beyond, it's like the street level, cosmic, and then you probably have. What would this be included as? What would you say, Nathan, in terms of the Captain America Thunderbolts? What side of the MCU is that really discussing? Just the human side, just the human conflict?
The power broker side. Yeah, I would say the human conflict side. Obviously, Strange is doing his own mystical thing.
Forgot about that.
And then
Clea.
Right, and then Guardians fall over there. I mean, space and cosmic. Guardians and Thor are its own thing.
Miss Marvels, or not the Marvels.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Wakanda kind of fits close to that world anyhow, but I don't know. We'll have to see.
Shall see.
It's it's funny because like this whole concept of like the U.S. invading Wakanda, we had a whole what if episode on that, but Killmonger took over the rule. We watched that play out. It didn't go well, Bob.
Didn't go well at all. It was one of the best what if episodes too.
And General Ross led that charge. Like we did this.
And we have a new General Ross. We have a new Thunderbolts team now, so anything's possible. Harrison Ford, are they going to invade Wakanda? How dare you?
Red Hulk Harrison.
Red Hulk Harrison, don't let him do that. Don't let him do that. I feel like they're going to do that anyways, but don't let him do that.
They're gonna put tracking dots on my boy, and he's gonna be like,
yeah. You cannot have Harrison Ford sit.
Do you think Wakanda is going to continue to like do the outreach centers and stuff?
Oh, for sure.
Yes. I don't think they will stop that, but I think it was interesting how this movie talked about it. Again, great connection from the first movie. The movie ended in a triumphant way where T'Challa was kind of coinciding with Killmonger's pleads here, where it's like we shouldn't be hiding anymore. We should go to the outside world. Of course, Killmonger took it as like we should be conquering them. But T'Challa was like, no, I'll take what he said. We'll show ourselves to the world, but in a positive light to help.
There's a common ground here.
There's a common ground here, and I like how that part is then challenged in this movie, where they're like, hey, you said to help us out. Give us your vibranium, and they're like, no, we're gonna do it in our own way.
Well, and the fact that their entire existence was told that they were the only ones with vibranium, when in fact that's not true.
Yeah,
that changed their whole mythological worldview.
Yeah, I like the joke where sure it's like he must have a small. What did she say?
It was like those stories are like seated
ingrained
in my mind. Yeah, and she's like, that sounds very painful.
Good stuff.
So good.
Okoye in this movie. Wow.
Okoye, wonderful.
Great art.
Great. That bridge fight though.
Oh, every screening.
The vibration of the spear, dude.
The whole crowd is like,
because it's like vibranium on vibranium.
Every time, and I've seen it 4 times.
Yeah, it's great. Man. Yeah, that bridge fight is so like it's so I keep saying it, but raw. It's like it doesn't take away from anything. Like
it's so eerie when they like get up from their wounds and heal.
Yeah, because you see her going ham, like she stabs.
Yeah, and then like return to blah blah blah.
Yeah,
to Namora.
Namora was really cool too. I want to see more.
God, that end scene with Namora of like, why would you do that? Like
I always dreamed of fighting alongside you and to see you bow to the Wakandans. And then
that's
like, hey, listen, look, the Black Panther is the most powerful being in the most powerful nation in the surface world.
I liked him saying that too. I love
it. But now they see us as allies, and so when they need our help, they'll come to us.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do? What is he cooking?
What is he cooking?
I don't trust.
I don't trust him.
I so love Namor, but I don't trust a single fucking thing, this man.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Which is funny because I feel like he's probably a lot friendlier than his comic counterpart. But
he is. Yeah.
Something's cooking.
His comic one is just always like, like those eyebrows where it's like super angry. Like he's always angry looking.
Yeah.
This one he's like not.
Mr. Steal Your Invisible Woman.
Gosh, I need some like political marriage entanglements, like not Shuri and Namor, but imagine like a blackmail of like, well, we'd like to like have people in Wakanda, and like we'd like we'd like to have a small settlement in Wakanda, or some land in Wakanda, or sea in Wakanda.
Wow.
I will take a star-crossed lovers of a Wakandan and a Talokan.
Give me that. I would love that too.
Completely new characters, not ones existing.
Yeah,
we're fine.
That'd be nice.
I do want to talk about the first Riri's first on-screen flight in the Mark 1.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Of course, a big parallel to
Tony's
first one Jon Favreau movie.
Yeah, back on Iron Man.
Back in 2008.
Back on Elf.
The looming financial crisis.
But yeah, mirroring Tony's first flight really in Mark 2, and her first flight in Mark 1. It was funny, just like immediately the operative one, and he was like, "Oh shit, she got an Iron Man suit." Freaking out. But yeah, her flight was so cool. The way she's going up to the drone, testing the limits of the height. I don't know how high Tony climbed. I have to check back in the movie.
I think it was 28,000 feet.
Sure, he went.
Sarcasm.
Riri went 30,000.
I'm kidding. I have no idea.
All right, man. Yeah, what's the Earth's atmosphere? You know what? The measurement Jarvis was doing, it wasn't even for like the fucking atmosphere. He was just aiming for the literal fucking moon, like an idiot. The icing problem, which I'm sure Riri probably has, okay by now with recent schematics, even though she's very barren and she isn't fully padded up. But it's a cool design.
Must have been freezing, right?
Oh, gotta be. Like, God, at least she had goggles.
Because like Tony had armor on, but she was just going with like an exoskeleton, basically, kind of thing.
Also, she has no AI other than the earpiece with Shuri right now. She's just like freeballing it. She had to like hit that switch manually to thrust her back up.
At the end of the movie, did she take Shuri's AI?
I don't think so, but I wouldn't mind that being translated over.
Bring Trevor Noah to.
Yeah, that's wild. That was Trevor Noah the whole time.
I immediately heard Trevor Noah. I was like, this is
really
a bit disorienting. Because I watched The Daily Show, but I'm like, I towards the middle half, I was like, it started to like meld, and it didn't distract me as much. When I first heard it, I was like, Nani? But he was good. He was really good.
Yeah, the whole flight was cool. I love the sequence. I thought it was a really cool prototype suit. I like that the arc reactor is heart shaped like that.
Did you? Yeah. Am I wrong? Did you say this was better than the Iron Man 1 scene?
No, I was just admiring the parallel of.
He's a suit nerd.
I am, which is interesting because the Mark II suit that she builds for the final battle, I wasn't big on initially, but it has grown on me. I do. It does appeal to me now. Initially, I was like, this looks fairly bulky. It also just looks like so.
Well, we won't see it again, though, right?
No, we won't. She had to leave it behind. I think it's like pure vibranium, probably. So yeah, absolutely not.
We need you to have we need you to have a good character arc in your series. Like, we need you to make another suit in your series.
If you're nothing without the suit,
oh god.
Who are you?
There's a $15 million line right there.
Hey, you know what? Movie. It's a great fucking line, though.
It is a good one.
But yeah, no, I actually do like the suit a lot more now. Initially, it threw me off because it doesn't really look like Ironheart's suit, and I know we'll get there. Even though the on-set photo I saw for probably assuming Mark III,
still a bit bulky, right?
Yeah, still bulky. It's getting there. We're getting the gold back in, but I'm waiting. I'm sure by
the gold back together.
Yeah, I'm sure by series end she'll have like the traditional look, which I'm very excited about.
All these Disney Plus series have to have the series finale where she gets a big suit and she helps out in the final boss battle.
Well, I mean, she has suits anyway, but the comic one, I guess.
Captain America, boom, new suit. Miss Marvel, boom, new suit. It's like, okay, we get it.
They've yet to confirm, but I would be shocked if Riri isn't in Armor Wars. She's got to be.
Did they not? Is it rumored or not?
Still don't. I mean, I think
Who do we
it's
have for Iron, or who do we have for Armor Wars? Just
Don Cheadle confirmed right now.
is there nobody else confirmed for?
Thus far that we know of, and it's been moved from a show to a film.
Wow,
That's right.
it has. I totally
Forgot about that news.
Man, good for Don.
Yeah, I was also like pitching from the jump, like instead, because usually Tony is Riri's mentor in AI. I think they're going to negate that because that would just kind of be like they're not going to bring RDJ back, even though it would be like an easy recording. They're not.
No matter how many YouTubers want to put that in their thumbnail.
Yeah, they're not going to negate
Robert
the
Downey
sacrifice.
Jr. is back.
It would just work so much better for Rhodey to be her mentor in this life.
Or Shuri. How awesome would that be?
You know?
Or who?
Cool. Shuri. If Shuri can be like her mentor, her go-to person.
She's probably busy. Fairness.
What's she doing? You're in Haiti right now.
Yeah, you know, the Black Panther,
Haiti.
and then probably checking in on M'Baku ruling, which was
Surprise!
surprise. I think Winston Duke all but confirmed in a recent interview I was watching. He was like, "Yeah, I mean, wow."
Wait.
What?
Carson
I thought he said I will not challenge.
no. He said,
He
"I
said he
wish."
will
He said, "I
challenge.
wish to challenge."
I wish to challenge.
Why?
Because she doesn't want to be ruler.
Yeah,
That's
she
the ruling.
ruling doesn't really fit her, and M'Baku.
Oh.
I assume they had a talk.
Well, honestly,
Okay.
I think the scene that really sold me on M'Baku being a ruler was when he was trying to talk Shuri down from the vengeful path.
Right.
A great scene. Like,
Great scene,
Why did
and-
you change your mind? You wanted to do this at first, but why did you change your mind? And he had the best mindset. I don't want an eternal war.
Yeah, killing him would risk eternal war. It's not, it's not what your mother would want. It's not what
Yeah.
T'Challa would want.
And that's what good leaders are. The people
Yeah,
that
I mean,
ask you to
I like-
change your mind. And,
I just misinterpreted. I was confused because I was like, I was confused when I saw that scene because I was like, wait, but she's not here, so how is he? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, who is he challenged? But that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
there's no
the
one
thing.
here to challenge.
there's no one here to challenge
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
If
Gotcha.
somebody wanted to challenge him, now you're like, now I have to fight this guy.
Yeah.
You
But-
assume people like,
But with like each group that they were showcasing, they were all pretty like amused and happy. So it's a pretty mutual
Right.
taking.
But he's not going to become the Black Panther, though.
No, Shuri remains Black Panther. The mantle can be separate from
The mantle is
That's
separate
right.
from
I
the.
guess.
And it probably should be, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Because remember when he fight, the power of the Black Panther is stripped away.
I can't do. I shouldn't do.
I miss Forrest, dude. When
Me
they
too.
did show that and they saw the new purple outfits, I'm like, nah, that's not Forrest Whitaker. Get him out of here.
Forrest.
Get him out of here.
Stripped away. So yeah, regardless, the Black Panther is always going to be separate from the ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe-
it's
maybe that should be the
interesting.
Also, hypothetically, can they just make an unlimited amount of flowers now and everyone could just become powerful?
With a
In
3D
theory,
printer.
I mean, they planted a number of them.
Yeah.
Also, you think they planted it in the exact same spot they held the final ceremony for T'Challa.
Bro, what if
I didn't
someone
realize
steals the herb? Like, we're fucked. Would it
Stay
not
on
work?
Wakanda, bitch.
Who's going to steal from Wakanda?
I'm just saying.
Thunderbolts
like,
again?
God, please no.
Buggy, how dare you?
shit, I mean, maybe they hack it and they get the 3D printed version.
Someone pointed out to me that I forgot. There was like a final scene in Falcon Winter Soldier that Bucky isn't on the best of terms right now with Wakanda. He had a
What
there was
happened?
a lot. There was well, the whole fucking
Because
like,
they fought in Europe.
not just fighting, but like they were very much like aiding and abetting Zemo,
Zemo.
the whole time.
Oh.
It was Ao who was speaking about it. At least I think he's like barred for a while.
Bard. Wakanda is so strict, jeez.
Look, man, I understand at this point.
Understandably so, for sure.
The city got flooded.
Yeah.
There's a cool little detail, like while Nakia and Okoye are talking, you could see the water start to trickle in the back.
Yeah, I like that too.
It's like, okay.
The whole
That scene
action
is so
sequence
that
is
action scene is incredible.
so cool.
Also,
Seeing,
Nakia is so good in this movie too.
Oh yeah,
by the
let's talk
way.
about Nakia. She had a great arc.
Ah, her first scene when we see her again, I'm like, let's go, she's back.
I
But
think that
man,
crowd's gonna lose
the
their
emotion
mind.
of that, where she sort of just bottles up and she's like, I couldn't, like,
Mm.
and then, of course it just overlaps with losing Chadwick, and it just
Yeah.
you can see those layers in the performance, and
It was just she couldn't handle the finality of
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, also, like Nathan confirmed, like after his first viewing, that the kid, T'Challa's second, is
Yeah.
seen beforehand
Yeah, he's standing by the.
when the
Runs up to his grandma.
Yeah,
Lovely.
grandma.
Um,
Yeah, Nakia is such a great arc in this movie. I was nervous because we didn't see her a lot in the trailers. I was like,
Yeah.
is she
Like,
gonna
where
get
is she?
shafted? Like, please don't shaft her. And there was a rumors that she was pregnant, and I'm like, if they just make her pregnant at this time, I'm gonna be pissed. But I like that she had a lot to do in the second half
No,
of this
yeah,
movie.
she had to go war dog.
It's funny. I was waiting for like the scene where she turns around and is like, "Oh, surprise!" But then I was like, "Wait, no, it's been a year. There's no way." That time, the math ain't math.
That's not T'Challa's kid. Who you lying to?
No. No, it worked out very well.
Yeah.
I love that. Presumably things went down after the first Black Panther film.
Exactly.
And I think in context of the lines of dialogue, we know that Nakia, T'Challa II, and Ramonda survived the snap during the time, and Okoye. So, yeah, in that time, and you also can definitely feel why Ramonda would strip Okoye from her title after losing Shuri, because she's already lost Shuri before for 5 years. Now she's gone again, and the whole family is gone.
Yeah.
Again, after losing her son for a second time.
Yeah, her Queen Amanda is totally understandable there. And I like how they bring up like Okoye siding with Killmonger. Again, the whole aspect of like the challenges of tradition in this movie. And how like in the first one that was part of their tradition, and now just like you gotta side with the ruler, but now that's being challenged here because it's getting thrown back in Okoye's face. Despite how much Okoye did for their family. Great scene, beautiful scene, heartbreaking, but you understand both sides. That's how you do it.
And I love like even when she is stripped of her title and Nakia comes back to Wakanda, she's not like spiteful about it. She's just so relieved that Shuri made it home safe. She still cares.
Yeah,
she's thankful that Nakia lived up where she couldn't at the time.
And it's so good. Again, perfect continuation of Nakia's arc from the first one, where she was like the globe-trotting person that you kind of sensed in the first movie. And then now we see her like actually doing what we didn't really see her do in the first movie. It's just like told to us that she's like been around the world and stuff like that. And this one we get to see her like speak Spanish and do some like classic Obi-Wan Attack of the Clones investigation.
Looking Spanish, spoke Mayan.
Geonosis?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I was talking about like how Obi-Wan's like investigating Attack of the Clones. We actually see Nakia investigating, like trying to decipher where Talokan is, and
someone deleted the ingredients of the heart-shaped herb.
Bro, holy shit! Can we talk? Like, there's a good chunk of this movie that's just not in English, and I love it. And like each little like language has its own colored subtitle, and it's cool.
Very good.
Very good. Very respectful of so many different cultures in this movie. Yeah, and just the whole sequence of Nakia going to Talokan, very cool. Very like spy, like undercover stuff going on here. I was surprised that Nakia came in there just like guns blazing, basically.
Card blasted.
God, that little pod ship bike thing that she has, so cool.
So cool. Very James Bondy. I like it. That's what I like about Black Panther, the Black Panther franchise. It feels like James Bond in a way, where it's like these cool under.
We really did get that globetrotting feel this time with Talokan and all that.
Exactly. All these cool, interesting technologies. But yeah, she came in there and just killed those two maids. Felt pretty bad.
I mean, the first one was like, just like kill the princess. All right, I understand why. And the second one, it sucks because Shuri wanted to save the one that got struck down because this would mean war if not. She says as much.
And what a good scene when Namor comes back and he's like cradling her. It's like, what did she say? Nathan, you've seen it better than me.
She was like, who did this? And she confirms the
Wakandans. Yeah.
And she asks Coco Khan, can you save me? And he just has to morphily just like stay silent as she passes. And then I believe in that same scene, Namora asks like who's going to oppose them from invading now? And he's just like, I am. I will.
Good stuff.
And he
Good.
calls the fucking meeting, puts on the fucking headdress, descends from the sun.
Ooh, that whole
shit
scene
slapped.
and the way he just sits there. Oh.
Talokan! So good.
I was waiting for like what the dialogue was gonna be underwater because ever since fucking Justice League 2017 with the stupid
Air bubbles.
air bubbles, I'm like, what are they gonna do?
Thank God.
But yeah, this was great.
I forgot.
I
all
just had
about
like a
that.
slightly muffled.
I don't even remember what Aquaman does. But,
I think it's just normal talking.
It's just normal talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
very good.
someone was pointing out, like, why isn't there air bubbles when he talks? It's because he's fucking breathing from his skin. Skills.
Well, oh come on, really? No, yeah, they have gills.
Yeah.
They don't need air bubbles.
I also love how they're like their normal flesh tone underwater, but above the surface they're blue. I like the
Yes.
changing of their.
I was gonna ask you guys about that. I was kind of confused about that. Both
You are
sides of
colorblind, I promise.
So they're blue on the surface. But
Yes.
on the ocean, they go back to their normal color.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the
they're
water, the oxygen soaks into their skin.
Okay.
I don't know, or maybe the.
Yeah, I mean, because effectively when they're walking on the surface, they only have like the piece on their
Yeah.
mask, but they're still like their main skin is exposed to the surface.
Hmm.
Lacking that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of cool.
It's
I did
yeah,
like that transition. It wasn't really explained that much, but I think I get it.
It's a mythical world, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, shout out to Namora and the other guard who was fighting Okoye. I think they really had their standout moments. I wish I had a little bit more characterization from them, but they had their good action sequence moments, and especially Namora at the end. Like, I've always wanted to fight by you. Really cool line.
Yeah.
Um,
How do you feel about the Midnight Angels?
Oof.
Oh.
Oof. It's interesting. It's not actually.
The what?
No.
The Midnight Angels, those blue suits.
The blue suits.
Um,
Which blue suits?
They think
Oh.
because I think Shuri says like, "Oh, Okoye calls it ugly, and it's supposed to be a
No,
joke."
no.
But I'm like, no, it actually is ugly.
Is it?
And because it's one of those things that I've read the Black Panther comic books. I wasn't really surprised by this because it
Right.
just is stripped from the page.
Yeah.
And
I believe they were introduced in this armor was introduced in 2016.
Yeah, if you read the crap, I forget his name, but the Black Panther run that started in like I think 2016, 17, around when the first Black Panther movie started, maybe a year prior, the Midnight Angels became a big thing. They're cool in the comic books. I don't think it translated that well here. I mean, I think it looks visually it did, but like, I don't know. I wasn't really vibing with seeing Okoye and the other one have their like Iron Man visual suits, and it made for a less spectacular fight rematch between Okoye and the other Talokan boss.
I might have agreed with you if they were constantly in the HUD display, but I think it was just like the one shot because a lot of times they're they fight like they take off the mask and fight, or otherwise they're just like going full blown in the battle with it.
Yeah, but it didn't really add anything.
Yeah, I just didn't like it covered her face. Like she's such an emotional fight. Like
Sure.
that comparing like the bridge scene to like the like it was cool like seeing like the new like moves and tech with the suit.
It just felt cosmetic. It didn't add
Yeah,
anything to the
yeah.
film though. Like
They're like,
When-
oh, this is going to change the tide of
it kind of like for a few seconds, but then at the end of the
Yeah.
movie, you're still getting surrounded. So it's like, what really?
Look, man, there's a
changed?
lot of Talokans.
That's very true. But I'm
Um,
like, I feel like the movie wouldn't really change if those suits were not in the movie. I don't think anything changes. And they didn't look that appealing to me.
I thought they looked pretty cool. In terms of functionality, yeah, I can understand where you guys are coming from. But
when they first come in with it, it's cool. Like I like when they come into the battle.
It just for me that battle, like when again the Talokan, the buff one, is like, hey, let's do a rematch, and the fight is just very messy. It's like it's kind of hard to see what's going on here, and then at the end, she kind of just like
I
blasts
kind of
him
wish
away.
it was like a hand-to-hand fight, like
I wish
instead
so,
of like
too.
everyone put down their like.
Because there's so much happening on top of the ship, but then
Yeah.
all you see, you cut to like, boom, and then he just gets pushed back into the water. I'm like, what happened? Like,
it was
is
also.
that it?
I mean, that editing made it like a cool mirroring where Riri was also doing that to Namora with the repulsor chest.
Yeah, it was just like boom, boom. Your two side antagonists are gone, and I'm like, well, I wanted to see more of like how that happened. Yeah, I wish it was just more of a melee than what we got.
Okay.
But yeah, Namor did come in clutch at that final battle, taking out the boat and
Oh yeah.
trying to take out Riri.
God, the bombs are so fucking
So cool, so cool,
so cool, so powerful, so scary.
Both times, the bicycle one on the bridge was really cool. The way Shuri had to get her shield out just in time.
Yeah.
Or
Or even when Okoye went to slice it, not knowing fully what it was.
That was so
Yeah.
cool.
Whew.
That felt very anime-esque, where you slice a grenade, but you look at it, it's like, boom, it's like it still gets you. And then the big one, when it kills like Ramonda, basically, when he's breaking the window,
Like 7
comes back, and he's
insane.
just like, F it, and then just throws it. Like, that was, wow.
They really did escalate them more and more, to the point where like in the final battle, they bring in 2 whalefuls.
2 whaleful.
Yeah, they have 2 whales just going, and they just like open it up, and it starts to drift up. And just
The Talokan army, man, it's just so. They have so many warriors. Then you have the power of the sea at your side. Like, how can they lose? Like, Wakanda got lucky with Namor conceding because Namor's gonna die, but he conceded here. But it's like, man, if I'm the U.S., it's over. If I'm in Kang's army, like, it's over, man. Like,
we'll see Kang's army in the corner. We'll see how they
we'll see how they play. Yeah, exactly. We'll see how they play in the finals.
But I think that's about everything other than the final scene.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
So Shuri arrives in Haiti to visit Nakia.
Haiti.
to ultimately finish the ritual that Ramonda was going to do with her, where initially she was going to tell Shuri what we will find out in the end credits.
Ray! I have to tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
No!
And then they get down there and just like, I'll tell you later. But that's great banter with Poe, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. We have to mention trust every episode.
We don't have to do it, and you do it. It's you.
I know it's me. It's me.
Everything okay?
No.
Everything okay at home?
Ever since 2019, it hasn't been okay.
Every
To be
day.
honest. Every day I wake up in December 2019.
Oh no.
But yeah, we're finishing
Yeah.
the
ritual.
ending of the mourning period, signifying a new page, a new tomorrow.
Burning the ceremonial robe, which before she even got a chance to originally with her mom and T'Challa, she had to wear again to her mother's funeral.
Ooh, you're right.
Oh, God.
That's just painful. And I love the way they film it by just like zooming in on Shuri's face, feeling the power of the wind, calling back to how Ramonda was telling her the story of how the wind of T'Challa was behind her, leading her to this very spot on that
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
And that's the only
Yeah.
sound you hear is the
wind, the breeze.
Whew.
Couldn't la breeze, eh? Right?
That shit hurts.
Yeah. I realized that my second time. I'm like, she's telling the story of
Yeah,
T'Challa being the breeze, and then at the end of the movie, you feel the breeze. Oh!
And they're just showcasing all the different moments that T'Challa and Shuri shared.
Yeah, what? No,
Oh,
that
what
was
a
cruel.
great scene. That was,
That
that
was
was
so good.
And like I knew they had seen, but goddamn, I really did forget just like how many significant shots they had together.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful.
The best
really-
one is when she
yeah.
puts the
Necklace.
the necklace back on after he's revived.
That really, that's when I started to tear up. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that got me. That got me. Whenever you do a montage of a character that's passed away, it's like, that gets me every time.
And but I thought it was a genius choice to end the scene on that emotion and that powerful moment.
Yeah.
Let Rihanna's song play out as sort of like that ode through the
Yeah,
burning thing.
I was telling Carson off air the other day that I felt it was a really good breather moment, because if you just like brought in Guess Who like right after, it would be like too quick and everyone would just be like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, so
Well,
much
we
emotion.
really need to like
Yeah.
linger with this moment. So as the song plays and like the beautiful credits roll and you literally watch the whole amount of the fabric burning, it really does like give you that moment to just like decompress and just like, whew, that was beautiful. And then when we do come back and we're with Shuri, where basically feel the same as she does after just taking a moment to sit there with it. And then lo and behold, this what a great cast of a boy. He's
he's so adorable.
His smile, man. Yeah.
whew.
T'Challa the second. Wow.
Yeah. Also Haitian name Toussaint.
Yeah, gosh, Cherie's reaction for when he says it, I'm like, I can't deal with it because she looks up at Nakia. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm done. I'm tearing up right now. This is too much for me.
Just like us, comes out like, this is my son, Toussaint. Toussaint, this is your auntie, Shuri. And we're all just like,
Ah. Yeah.
all right. It's wonderful, dude. I love it, and he's so cute. He's, like Toussaint's a great
They want to
name.
protect him from the throne. God, well, this is going to be a thing too because he's going to have to be revealed as an heir. Like, I mean, unless they keep it secret for like
Eventually
Eventually, he'll come back. I'm sure
Black Panther
M'Baku
5.
ruling 2 nations can't go very long, because he still rules the Jabari as well.
good point. Yeah.
But yeah, they had great lines of dialogue. Just like your name's cool too, I guess. So cute. Wonderful thing saying, your Baba helped us prepare for his death. Which yes, calls back to the ancestral pain. A father who does not prepare his children for his own death has failed him as a father. Have I ever failed you?
Wow.
Like, oh, he fucking didn't, bro.
He didn't. Even to the very end. Yeah.
God, man, like the honoring is like, this is the most honor since fucking Zuko, man. This is just, they're really good at it.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful because like just calling back because it's kind of just fit into a topic. Obviously I've been vocal going into this, like before we got confirmation, even trailers. I was saying like I've always been very against killing off a character just because the actor is gone, but also didn't feel like a recast was necessary either. But now seeing this film, I don't see any other way. This is like one of the best crafted stories to handle such a thing.
Yeah,
I agree.
And so to kind of like have like a beautiful like bridge between two worlds where like not a complete like recasting of T'Challa, but like a T'Challa the second to grow into the role.
To grow into the role, and we'll get to see like sort of how they're raised and like how, we've heard like T'Challa talk about that and like all these different things, and we've obviously seen like how the different family dynamics have worked, but to see it from like his perspective, it would be interesting.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it makes
they're probably a teen. They'll probably age him up next time.
I don't think so.
Or mid-teen. I don't know.
I hope not. But I think it makes sense too that he wants him outside of Wakanda. Just like we see T'Challa like so pressured in the first movie in terms of like immediately following his father's death, wanting revenge, then having to rule the nation, the struggles with that, and then Killmonger comes in there. Wakanda's chaotic. So it makes sense for him to be like, take a breather. I think because he has faith in his family, he has faith in Ramonda, in Shuri, and the supporting friends around him, that he thinks he's comfortable having his son live a separate life for a while before coming into Wakanda's fold.
Yeah, totally.
For sure. I don't think they'll age him up super fast. They could always do like an aged up version in Secret Wars. But hopefully our universe is T'Challa second.
I at least hope we get
Rises. Yeah.
Black Panther 3. I hope we finish the trilogy and have like solid, or I mean, I'm fine if like the end of the film like or it aged him up through the film or whatever.
Because how old is he here? He's like 6. But by Black Panther, like 4, he'll be like mid-teens,
right?
Which I think works.
Depending on like how quick the sequels come along.
Exactly. I think.
I mean, to make films this good, it takes a while, man.
Yeah. The first one came out 2017,
2018.
2018. That was 4 years ago. So we already know the next 3 years of Marvel already in 2025. And
there's no way 2026.
So I think
A6 is still a little mystery, but yeah,
2026 at the earliest. And then Black Panther 4 is probably 2030. Jesus, 2030 Then that's 8 years. The guy's 6.
Yeah.
He'll be like 14, which I think is good for like
Mhm.
young Peter Parker-esque, young Black Panther-esque energy.
Do you think Ryan will complete the trilogy or no?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think the cast and him.
I can't
have such
picture
a bond,
any. Mm-hmm.
and I feel like Ryan's on very good terms with the studio. It doesn't seem like any of his vision was ever compromised.
Well, yeah, and he's also working. I mean, but also there's the Wakanda show and all that going on too.
Well, I'm sure that'll space in between the actual
Yeah.
coming of 3.
Just like I can't see anybody else doing like Guardians movie besides James
Right.
Gunn.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Out of all the
Or John
Marvel-
Watts for
out of all the Marvel directors
Or
who
John Watts
seem
for
like
Spider-Man.
who are really like to me resonate as the mainstay of the property, it's Coogler and Gunn, I would say.
Yeah.
In my top 2.
I would also put the Russo. I'm kidding, but
Well, hey now.
you're an
They-
all-star.
They deliver on Cap.
They do. They did.
They introduced our boy, Black Panther.
They did. I love Civil War. Still probably my favorite Marvel
It's
movie.
2016 back in the day.
The man when Shuri dropped the vengeance consuming line.
Peak.
Whew, I
Civil
instantly
War,
thought of
Civil
Evan
War.
in that moment.
He thought of me.
Not because he's consumed by vengeance, but because he likes
Wow.
Oh,
Thanks
he
for
might-
calling me out like
He
that.
might be.
Look, you and your students, I don't know.
Yeah. Some days I'm like, ooh,
Vengeance has consumed me.
vengeance.
That's classic.
Behold, the Black Panther.
Nice. Just in time.
Nah, man.
But yeah, great movie. Great way to end Phase 4 because I feel like
Yeah.
it was very emotional. It's isolated enough that it just feels like a great, I don't know, just a great movie to end on. It wasn't too like this is what's coming next.
Right.
I felt the same way with like other Phase 4 movies, to be honest. Like No Way Home, despite how like chaotic and so many Spider-Mans they are, it's a very personal story for Peter Parker.
Yeah, the ending was really good. No,
the
Shang-Chi,
ending-
I mean, Shang-Chi has setup, but
has set up, but like Shang-Chi's another very personal
Beautiful
movie.
journey. A lot of
Yeah.
people are pointing out a lot of the primary, at least the films for Phase 4 have a big focus on grief in the process of grief and loss.
Yeah.
totally.
The loss of Wen Wu, the loss of Ramonda, the loss of Aunt May. These parental figures.
Vision
just-
and the kids,
yeah, exactly. Well, Wanda and the kids and Doctor Strange. So
Aunt May and everybody that you know.
it's the loss of family is big. Thor, the loss of Natalie.
Jane,
The loss
Jane on
Jane.
top of everyone else he's lost.
Jesus Christ. Poor Thor.
He's lost literally
Uh,
everyone.
Next movies, whoever he's close to, just stay away from Thor. Just don't get close to
Yeah,
Thor.
Sif, just stay there. Just
Stay there.
don't move.
If Tessa Thompson dies in Thor 5, I'm out.
It throws me for a loop that like Jamie Alexander's character probably would have died in Ragnarok if she didn't have a scheduling conflict.
Yeah. And she was used so well in Love and Thunder. Just kidding.
At least she's
you
alive.
think they're gonna make a Thor 5? Thor.
Other
They
than
have
your
to.
baby.
Do
I want
they?
to see Dad Thor. I'm gonna hear for
You don't think they're making a Thor 5 with Taika?
I don't know.
They definitely.
it.
I don't know.
All right, well, get out of your soul and go to the fucking stats of the corporate.
Stats.
But yeah, that's it for Wakanda Forever. I gave it I think 4.5 or 4 out of 5 stars. It's a very strong movie. Very strong movie.
Yes.
Yes.
All right,
Favorites
10.
of the year.
Top 10 MCU for sure.
10 out of 10 for me, man. 5
I think
stars.
I'd put in the same ranking as like Shang-Chi for me or Black Panther. A little bit below the first Black Panther. Man, yeah, it's just really good.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's my number 4 of the whole Marvel.
Your other 3 are Don't Tell Me,
No
Way Home.
Endgame, and Infinity War.
Endgame, Infinity War.
You got it
Yeah.
in that order.
Wait, oh, so you like this more than Black Panther 1?
I do.
Okay.
I put it over Black Panther 1 as well.
I mean, granted, I don't think any
wrong,
performance.
but okay.
I don't think any performance.
Look,
outside-
it's just
You're wrong, but okay.
this. It's
Listen,
not even the
listen.
CGI. It's just some of the.
Are you
CGI is so-
serious?
It's not
I-
bad.
It's not that bad.
No.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
only in the third
I
act.
can't get over it. I just rewatched it.
I've seen worse. Now I will say, fucking, I feel like the VFX teams they're bringing in this one were just like, oh, you fucking wait. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real.
they were wonderful. Yeah, my issue with the first one isn't even the CG. I don't have an issue at all. I don't know why I got that phrasing. No, the only reason
It's Martin Freeman.
No,
no,
I
the only
honestly
reason I
think
like two more is because it's not fuck Carson go.
okay. I think I like 2 better because I feel like Coogler has more leverage as a director. As much as Black Panther is totally his own, like obviously totally his movie and whatever, I still think I sense a little bit of MCU-isms like around in the first Black Panther. Like, what are those? Like, there's just like a little humor, like those, like it feels a little bit. And then this movie, it feels very like we leveraged everything. We're just doing character and just mostly outside of that. But that's just my personal opinion. I don't.
My thing.
I think Killmonger is a better villain still, but I just overall.
Hey, Auntie.
It's perfect.
Well, it's funny because like when it comes to Namor, even though it's kind of similar in the things with Killmonger of like invading the surface world. I can kind of understand more. I think not sympathize. Fuck, they're both so good. Fuck.
Nathan having a crisis mid-ranking right now.
Are we the bad guys? Probably.
Yeah.
But no, my whole thing is like, even like in Wakanda Forever, I don't think there's a performance. I mean, they're all amazing, but I don't think there's a performance that outshines against Chadwick for me. I think he's still like the top caliber of it all.
That's
but
very true.
I just love and adore stories that deal with such like heavy grief and loss. So just for me, it resonates more, and that's why it's higher for me.
Yeah.
Any other technical aspect?
And the first film might go back up for me. Like I have neck and neck on my ranking. I'm pretty sure, and like, yeah, I'm just really wrapped up in the emotions right now of Wakanda Forever. But of course, I think Black Panther, the first Black Panther, will probably be more rewatchable. Obviously, I think, gosh, it's
close.
perfect. We haven't even, it's perfectly paced. It's perfectly like, it's definitely a tighter movie. There's probably, I don't know, probably a couple minutes that you could have cut from Wakanda Forever, for sure.
And the first Black Panther has Andy Serkis, guys.
Ah,
Forget
it does.
So good.
So does Age of Ultron.
We shouldn't have killed him off. Damn it.
You had to mention Age of Ultron.
Hey, they brought up evil AIs, baby. Yeah, I mean,
evil Trevor Noah.
Nah, he's good. Pretty much every AI that isn't birthed from the fucking Mind Stone has been cool. But yeah, you can clearly see all 4 of my top 4s basically deal with grief and loss in every aspect.
Yeah.
So
Great point.
Yeah, I'm dead inside. Yeah, wonderful film.
Wonderful film. I'm gonna look at my show notes here for some couple things here.
Oh, some of the IMAX shots switches were kind of weird. I think me and Carson.
Yeah, we mentioned this because it goes to.
Oh yeah.
It goes from 1.9 from the fight on the carrier. It will go to the IMAX 1.9, and then it goes back to 2.35.
Namor is showing Shuri all of Talokan, and then they decide to go back to widescreen when the sun comes out. I'm like, why?
Weird. Yeah, I didn't recognize that my first time. But good IMAX experience overall, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's beautiful.
One of the major news from a couple weeks ago: Daniel Kaluuya, Black Panther fame, is confirmed as Spider-Punk. In Across the Spider-Verse. He's only the second confirmed
new cast
after Spider-Woman that is now confirmed, and of course Spider-Man 2099 from the trailer. Spider-Gwen's back.
Crazy.
Oh, you mean characters, not actors portraying?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
We know he's playing Jessica Drew.
Yeah. Shoot. Is it not Issa Rae?
Maybe.
I think you're right, Evan.
I'm always right. But yeah.
Cut back earlier in this podcast. Cut to that Evans was wrong on this.
But yeah, this movie cannot come fast enough, and I honestly hope there's a trailer attached to Avatar 2.
I hope so.
I would not be surprised because of the Christmas season, and I think they want to get something out.
I love the Christmas season of trailers for next summer.
Because Disney is going to have an Indy 5 trailer for sure. Would not put it past Paramount to put a MI7 new new trailer out.
This is the town we saw the. No.
I can't remember the timing.
MI7 Mission Impossible was
When was the
famous.
Fallout trailer for?
Fallout, and they were famous for Super Bowl trailers. They're famous for that. Ready or not?
Okay, I don't think there's gonna be a Mission Impossible trailer, but there'll be Indy 5. There'll be, I think, Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Unknown, yeah.
There'll be
do we get another? No, it would probably be the same Ant-Man trailer.
Probably the same
the same Ant-Man trailer.
I can't think what other summer movie. Oh, do we get another Oppenheimer by Christmas?
I don't think so.
When does Oppenheimer come out? July?
Another Little Mermaid trailer, an actual trailer for Little Mermaid could come out.
I could see an actual trailer for Little Mermaid come out.
I can see them attaching water.
Fast 10 could come out.
Oh,
They won't. There probably won't be a Guardians 3 trailer.
Nah,
because they got to
not until February.
Yeah, there definitely could be a Fast 10 trailer.
Yeah.
For the new movies that we have, like I'm gonna say Fast 10, Spider-Verse, Indy 5, and Little Mermaid is probably 4 likelies.
For sure.
I think anything past that, no.
But Nathan, as a huge Spider-Man guy, are you excited for Spider-Punk? Yeah.
Absolutely. I am over the moon. I'm very excited to see this portrayal. I mean, Dan Kaluuya is going to be great wherever you put him. But like this is going to be really cool. I believe he's British in the comics.
I think so too. I think
it was original. Like his design was meant to be British.
Forever since I've read Spider-Verse. But he's definitely in that.
God, he has like one of the best patches sewn onto his jean vest.
So cool.
The spider in the X, it's like F and SM, so friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. It's really
wonderful. Cool. I really hope he jams out with his guitar. It's gonna be a wild ride, man. I know the visuals for Spider-Verse are gonna deliver, and man, if I don't get like some sonic sound waves like the fucking Spider-Man game gives me, it's literally my superpower right now.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Verse. It's the only trailer I actually cried watching it for the first time, like watching
so good
Spider-Gwen see Miles again for the first time. Really good stuff. Other movie news, James Cameron says Avatar 3 serves as a good endpoint if the third one, if they don't continue past the third one.
If they're not like profitable.
Yeah, if they're not profitable. Yeah.
Okay, well, they've already filmed all 3, so.
Yeah. I mean, isn't he like self-funded?
No, I mean, like they didn't do the fourth one is what I'm saying. He said 3.
Like if the studio doesn't greenlight 4 and 5.
Exactly.
I mean, I know they have, but I mean, if they decide to shelve them.
Which I don't know. I don't think they will, but we'll see how 2 does.
I don't think they will, but you know, it's cool that he is like able to conclude. Now, I don't think that means 4 and 5 are just like
add-ons.
DLC. They're not DLC. Yeah, they're not just like, you know, contractually made. I think he has like more story.
Well, he's always talked about too of like the generational thing of how the kids are going to grow into the
trauma.
You know, the mid.
My favorite aspect of Phase 4.
So yeah, it definitely is going to have the saga feel to it by 5, if they get that far. We bring on The Way of Water a month from today.
Any predictions box office wise, domestically
for opening weekend?
215 million, baby.
Can it beat Top Gun? 716 million overall.
No, I don't think it's gonna be Top Gun. But
is it gonna be
I think it's gonna be north of 500 million domestic and around $1 billion international. I think it's gonna do
1.5,
like 1.4 to 1.5.
That'd be huge.
Which is still insane.
Oh yeah.
That'd be the biggest of the year, I think. Am I forgetting anything? Because Top Gun is 1.3 right now. That might be the biggest of the year.
Top Gun's almost 1.5, by the way.
Wait, it is?
Yeah.
Top Gun's 1.4?
1.486.
Jeez, I didn't know Top Gun went that far. I thought it was just 1.3. Fuck. Yeah, can Avatar 2 beat that? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I'm very curious to see how that movie does. There's no big movies coming out between
Wakanda Forever's gonna have some legs.
Like Avatar, what, December 16th, I think, right?
Yep.
And then, which is weird, it's iffy because it has that downside that Last Jedi had, where it's like it's a bit early, where you don't get the full Christmas effect until the second week. So we'll see. Because Last Jedi notoriously had that big drop. And then
there was more competition.
And then it came back during Christmas. But yeah, just Puss in Boots. Yeah, a new trailer came out today.
Oh, new trailer?
Yeah, the 2D animation cuts look cool.
2D, 3D.
Yeah.
Hybrids. It's been really cool. I'm very looking forward to that. I love Antonio Banderas in the role. This is off topic.
Other news: Keanu Reeves. Two things for Keanu Reeves. John Wick 4 trailer in general. New trailer for John Wick.
Roll a card. Not more again.
And he joins the spinoff led by Ana de Armas, which is filming soon.
He joins it?
He's officially on.
Like
I thought it was rumored.
Like as a producer, or like he's starring?
No, he's starring. Is it rumor? I thought it was official. Like Variety.
I can't remember the trade.
I don't remember that. Maybe it was overshadowed by the fucking.
Yeah.
I thought all I saw was like.
The trailer came out, and then I think a trade article name dropped that he was highly likely to show up in the spinoff.
It's funny. I was like, because I was starting to question. I was like, how long does the franchise go for John on the main timeline? And I was looking up, and
Keanu ends at 5.
Well, that's what I was looking up. But Keanu was basically saying like, as long as they're, designed profitable, he'll keep making them.
Apparently, the scoop came from Collider that Keanu is joining them. Yeah, I don't know that that's official, but yeah, you're right. But yeah, what do you think of that last trailer for John Wick 4?
So the first time I saw it was in IMAX in front of Wakanda Forever.
Oh, that was the first time you saw it. So you didn't wait, or you waited until the movie?
No, I think it dropped I think it dropped the Thursday that it premiered.
I think you're right. Yep, it totally did.
And I immediately left from work to the movies. I didn't have time to watch it. So I go in, and goddamn, this is fucked. This has got to be one of the most hype trailers for John Wick. I mean, not just hype, but just like, oh shit, but just like the atmosphere. You're just like glued to the screen watching it. Just like the opening, Donnie Yen, where he's like goes to pray to his wife, and like, you think your wife can hear you? He's like, no. Why bother? Maybe I'm wrong. Like, fuck, man. It's like, of this franchise, what a baller line.
It's really good. This trailer is probably one of the most emotional. Like, the action looks solid, but we got a lot about the emotion behind this movie and the plot.
Yeah.
It felt
without
very
giving away
final.
Much of the fight.
It felt very final. Exactly. It didn't give away a lot of the fight sequences, so I'm happy about. It reused some of the shots from the first trailer. Yeah. I'm happy because the last couple ones were like, okay, this is where this
gave away a lot of the glass fight.
Exactly, but this one, I think we're gonna see a lot of brand new stuff here.
I don't think they give away a lot of like the final Donnie fight. I think they reused the same clip pretty much.
Yeah, you just saw the 2 block bullets with the sword, really, and then
yeah.
But yeah, so do we actually see his wife for the first time in this trailer?
No,
his wife. Who is that?
She's very much in the first movie.
Yeah, she's
is she in the first one? Oh, okay.
A lot of like.
I haven't seen the first one in a long time.
Clips and flashbacks. She pretty much like pops up in some imagery in every film.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I can't wait to commentary.
Did they talk about like the family aspect of this? Like, hey, I can't join the high table, but your family has or something.
Yeah, that's new.
I'm like, that's interesting. Like, are we going the Fast and Furious route? Is there a long lost sibling that we don't know about?
Yeah, I don't know if like the woman that he walks up to is maybe his sister. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we have some sibling relationship.
It looks like he's about to fucking do a thing where he has to brand his fucking arm with a dragon.
He already lost a finger, didn't he, or something?
He lost his wedding ring finger, yeah. Chopped.
But we see more of Bill Skarsgård's role here, which was I read up on some of the stuff here. Like Bill Skarsgård's main player within the high table and the management. He's gonna be in charge of like setting up this like rule or duel for John Wick to participate in order to get out of his like target. Because at the end of John Wick 3, he still has a target on him. He just kind of like fakes his death. We also have Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown apparently is going to be some kind of like lawyer or mediator to officiate this upcoming big duel.
Yeah,
that he
he's
has to do.
announcing the rules basically.
Exactly.
Saying you know,
Like this is the time and place, basically.
yeah, ends at sunrise. Failure to complete the task will result in execution.
Yeah.
So
Which, and I love every time the fucking franchise goes with like a race against the clock.
that's what I'm saying. I love
Every time he's checking his wrist because he's fighting all night for sure.
I love a good race against the clock, a run all night kind of vibe where he's running to a duel, to a fight.
Yeah.
So he's fighting his way to a fight, which is going to make for a very interesting premise in contrast to the third movie, which was all fight to the death every single scene you're running.
It's going to be the ultimate try to conserve your ammo for the boss fight.
Yeah, no.
Is his boss fight Hiroyuki Sanada? Is that who we're?
No, I think they're friends because we see Hiroyuki Sanada and Donnie Yen clashing at one point.
Yeah.
So is his fight with Donnie Yen?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think absolutely, and I think of all people, absolutely, Donnie Yen is the final boss.
And then we're probably gonna finally learn at the end of this movie that who's the high table. How
we met some members.
We met. Some
I know,
members.
but like what's the final boss? Like
who's the
what are
head
we
guy
doing
at
in
the high
fifth movie?
table?
Like what is the final fight in the?
Because this
fifth
trailer
movie?
did seem pretty final in certain aspects.
I know,
it felt very
but it's not
powerful final, but we know it's not. Yeah. I think is 5 confirmed at this point? I think it.
Yeah,
it is,
yeah. They
right?
said when they announced 4, they said 4 and 5 are confirmed. 5 will be the last one.
Did they say that? They said 5 is the last one.
Yeah, they said that.
Who?
Can you confirm
the
that?
studio?
Can you set up this?
Lionsgate?
The studio said it was the end.
You know, Lionsgate doesn't.
Because I was trying to look this up and I didn't get a concrete.
I couldn't find it. Either.
Okay, I will find it. Hold on.
Carson's our
but
Shuri. He'll look it up for us.
All right. I do find it interesting that it seems like John Wick 3 is the only one that had a subtitle thus far.
John Wick 1, John Wick 2, John Wick 3.
Parabellum.
What an awesome title.
It is really good. Doesn't translate to prepare for war.
Sure.
In Latin or something. I look forward to revisiting. But yeah, this one's
fight, yeah.
This one's just chapter 4. Which yeah, it's tricky to top these.
Yeah. Post-bellum.
Namor.
John Wick 4, Namor.
John Wick 4, no love.
Give me no love. Trying to think of. I think of the Eminem song "No Love" with Lil Wayne.
Oh shit,
it goes so hard. What else do we have here? Lin-Manuel Miranda cast as Hermes and Percy Jackson.
Oh,
that was a big one for me.
Now the director of Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Can
pause.
he do this?
Let's pause.
John Wick 5 was confirmed by Lionsgate by the CEO.
Okay.
This is back when they were going to shoot them back to back. They ended up not doing that.
Right. But does that confirm it's the finale?
It says the next 2 installments, but I swear they're somewhere. If they're making a spin-off, there's no way he's going to keep doing
I'll take your word for it. Lionsgate, this is their only franchise.
Keanu himself said he would keep doing these if they're favored.
We're with you, Carson. We're with you.
It's got to end, though. It has to end. Otherwise, this whole we're going to be running in circles.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also,
Nathan, let it go. It's going to end.
I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying what Keanu said.
It's gonna end, and then we're gonna have Ana de Armas.
I mean, watching this trailer, I'm like, yes, absolutely, and we're building to it.
Wait, isn't there a Continental TV show still coming out too? I swear I saw that the other day.
Nobody really cares about that one.
I care.
I care too.
But in terms of they're not.
If Ian McShane's in it,
they're not putting it on.
It's gonna be on Prime Video or something.
No, they're not putting it on any of the high-profile streamers.
What?
It's gonna be relegated.
Where's it going?
Hold on.
It's gonna be on Showtime or Star.
No, you don't know this.
It is.
I think it was.
Look it up again. Am I ever wrong, Nathan? Back me up here.
Roll the clip to earlier.
Fuck.
I knew that. I could have just rolled you back to the first. Am I right?
Wow.
It moved from Stars to Peacock, bitch.
Oh, Peacock. You hit me there. Woo!
We did it, baby.
Peacock. The only Peacock show I'm watching.
It will now launch on Peacock in 2023.
I didn't know that actually. But the only Peacock show I'm watching is Poker Face for Ryan Johnson.
Told from the perspective of the hotel manager, a young Winston Scott, played by Colin Woodell, who's based on Ian McShane's character in the films, is dragged through 1975 New York to face a past he thought he left behind. In an attempt to seize control of the iconic hotel, which serves as a meeting point for the world's most dangerous criminals, Winston charts a deadly course through the mysterious underworld of New York City.
I'm here for that.
So it's about Winston?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
A young Winston.
Young Winston.
A young Ian McShane?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfred, the origin of Batman's butler.
Woodell stars alongside Iomid Adigun, who will portray young Sharon. Peter Green, who will play Uncle
guy?
Charlie. Mel Gibson is Cormac. Ben Robson is Frankie.
No idea who these people are.
I don't know any of these people, but
Yeah, who the fuck's Mel Gibson?
Is Sharon like the black guy, the teller?
yeah,
Okay.
He's great.
He's great.
I didn't hear your enthusiasm on that one, Evan.
No, he's great. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, he's
He's great.
hilarious. He's hilarious.
He's great.
I agree. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hype trailer. Lawrence Fishburne back, being
Yeah.
so infectiously amusing.
Yeah, you might need this for a what do you say, for a wedding?
He said, "Man has to look his best when it's time to get married or buried."
Yeah. I'm gonna need a gun.
I'm going to need a gun.
It's so classic. Yeah. It's so goofy. This franchise
Love
is everything. But going back, Lin-Manuel Miranda is cast as Hermes. This was a big divisive thing in the fandom. People were not happy.
You don't like Lin for some reason.
Yeah, people don't like Lin for some reason.
He's not giving me. Okay, I understand
do
completely.
anything.
He does not give me villain energy at all. Like,
Is he a villain?
Hermes isn't a villain. He's just a terrible father.
Yeah, he's
I
a
know.
father.
I'm saying
He doesn't
Lin-Manuel
give you-
Miranda
he doesn't
is
give you
too
terrible
nice.
thoughts. He's too
He's
nice,
too
yeah.
nice.
That's the problem, Dad.
Yeah.
I can't dissociate from that.
Spoiler alert for the first season of Percy Jackson. Actually, do you guys ever want to know? I don't want to say anything. But
Nathan probably doesn't want to know.
he probably doesn't want to know. But he's not shown too much, but it's good. They're Rick Riordan said they're casting gods, even if they're not shown in the first season as much. They're putting gods from other books in here to tease them up for the second season, subsequent season.
100%.
That's cool.
One of the main impetuses for this first season is led by how good of a father Hermes is, or how bad of a father Hermes is. That's all I'll say. Hermes is not winning Father of the Year award. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see him as that kind of he's not maniacal or anything. He's just a bad, gods are not the best fathers. So it's going to be interesting to see him play that role. I can't think of another comparison where Lin played not a good character.
Deadline. Yeah, Deadline confirmed that Keanu is in talks to star in Ballerina.
Yep, it was Collider than Deadline.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the Percy Jackson series. Always excited for that. Only 10 weeks left of filming for Percy Jackson, by the way. Post-production will run throughout spring of next year, and then the release date rumored to be early 2024 for Percy Jackson. But another franchise finally got a release date of 2025, and that is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Paramount Pictures put their foot in the ground for 2 movies. Sonic 3, of course. Sonic 3 is coming in 2024. And Avatar is coming the year after, 2025. Of course, Avatar Studios coming out October 13th or October something, 2025, which is exciting. This is going to be the Avatar gang film with Aang, the rest of the gang, after the events of season 3, and of course before the events of Korra, when they're all pretty young adult era, like 20s, 30s. And rumored to still be about Zuko. We don't know if the focus is going to be on Zuko or not. That was from the earlier rumors.
His mom.
It could be Fire Nation focus. Could be. We did know that one of the main places they're going to is the Earth Kingdom, though. Omashu was pictured, so it could be going back to Omashu. We'll see. It's years away, but I'm excited for a big animated Avatar film from Avatar Studios
on the big screen.
One thing I want to talk about from a show notes here is that Zaslav, our favorite producer of Warner Brothers, commented on the update with James Gunn and Peter Safran, saying they are hard at work creating a comprehensive DC universe that will encompass movies, TV shows, and video games. I do not like this.
I don't think he means that literally. I think he's an executive. He just means.
Look, the man can't even math when his last.
This man's job is to spit vomit and say, "Oh, we have synergy." That's literally this man's job.
Please
I don't think they mean literally that everything is going to be specific canon tie-in. Blah 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 blah.
I hope so. I hope
There's no way. There's no way.
Because if that was the case, then they would fucking fold in Matt Reeves to the universe.
Yeah.
Happening.
Totally.
You did say there'd be less Batman moving forward, by the way.
2.
But yeah, I agree. I think.
Didn't you make a tweet? It was like 2.
Zaslav tweeted
like 2 Batman, like the main DC, and then Pattinson.
Did they tweet that? I didn't see that.
I thought you tweeted something.
Oh, I said I think so. I think that's what's gonna happen.
You said they were probably backtracking on Michael Keaton and stuff.
Yeah, I think they're totally. Michael Keaton, remember, was rumored years ago to be like, "Hey, he's gonna be our Batman moving forward in the
Nick
main
Fury.
universe." Or Nick Fury.
What the
which I think could have been cool if Batgirl was going to be the mainstay, but I think less Batgirl now, less Keaton. Let's stick with Reeves universe with the HBO Max series, Batman sequels, but they also need a Batman in their main universe. Gunn knows that. Zaslav knows that. We need a solid Batman in our universe alongside the big Wonder Woman, Shazam, Aquaman, Black Adam, Superman upcoming franchises. They need a Batman that we can,
Flash, I guess.
Flash is going to be recasted, but that's still coming. But yeah, so I hope you're right, Carson. Carson made me more sense of it.
I just don't think he can say it with any confidence when I think Gunn instinctively knows that those mediums are different and need to be treated. Like, it's cool to come up with an overall story for film, and integrate that with TV, but video games are a whole different beast. I don't think they would be like, no, don't make this game. I don't know.
Yeah. Weird.
Now, up next, there's some rumors. Oh, before we get into rumors, Margot Robbie's Pirates of the Caribbean film is dead.
Figured, unless we haven't heard anything.
According to her.
That was one of the earliest My Cup of Tea thumbnails.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow, throwback. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
I instantly flashed back to that. I was like,
they'll still reboot the series. I just want it'll just be a matter of time.
So much potential, right?
Yeah.
What's Gore Verbinski been doing? What's he up to?
I think he's
Cure for Bonus 2?
No.
Did he do that?
I think so.
I think he's doing another original movie. I don't know.
Disney Channel original movie.
Hmm?
I said Disney Channel original movie.
Decom from Gore Verbinski.
Let's go.
Gore Verbinski is the guy who did Pirates of the Caribbean. Am I thinking the same?
Correct.
Yeah. He did. Did he do them all?
He did them all. Yeah.
He listed the first.
No. He don't get his name out of their mouth for 4 and 5. Get out.
How dare you stand where he stood?
He did his trilogy.
Who did 4 and 5?
I don't even know.
Was Christopher Columbus one of them for 4 and 5?
No. It was
All right, I'll look it up.
Was Ryan Coogler?
He's already typing.
Yeah, Carson Fast.
Rob Marshall.
Oof.
And he's done.
More of a Frank Marshall guy myself.
He's done.
Nice.
Pirates 4, Into the Woods, Mary Poppins Returns, and then The Little Mermaid.
He's a musical. He's a Disney gotcha guy.
Gotcha.
Not a gotcha, but he's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah,
he's one of those. Exactly.
Yeah.
I will be there for you. That's Rob Marshall.
And Pirates 5 was co-directed by 2 people I've never heard of before.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah, but I think the Pirates of the Caribbean world is so vast and cool and just desperate for a reboot. They're so good. The theme song rocks. Disappointed that Margot Robbie's franchise can pick up at Disney. But
I mean, she's doing Oceans. Right? She's doing Oceans with.
Is she doing Oceans still?
No. Who am I? Gosling and who was it?
Oh, you're right. We did talk about an Oceans prequel.
Yeah.
crap.
Hold on, I'll
who's
pull it
in
up
there.
right now.
Thank
Hold
you.
on.
But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean, endless possibilities for that franchise. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, maybe they can get. I think was Kathy Yan attached to that Pirates of the Caribbean reboot.
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
Yeah, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are reteaming on that's the cast for the Ocean's prequel.
Oceans. Man, what a Margot Robbie's going through all the franchises here.
As she should.
Yeah, she should. Yeah, the Babylon franchise. But yeah, other thing, Greta Gerwig rumored to direct the Narnia films that have been collected by Netflix. The first 2 Narnia. We know Netflix
dust by Netflix.
What?
Collected dust from Netflix. They haven't done shit with the Narnia, right?
We know Netflix wanted to do something. They bought like the rights to it years ago, but they just haven't done anything with it. I think Narnia would work way better as a series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Is it not? Is it a movie they're doing?
We
No,
don't.
these are films.
There's no. We don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah. Right now, the rumor is that they want Greta to do films. So I assumed films, but I think TV series would be a way better route for Narnia.
They said, "Oh shit, we derailed The Witcher with this casting." Fuck.
Yeah. They need a new fantasy
Greta
franchise.
Gerwig, we say, trust.
They put in their data bank, fucking mythical.
This seems so random that it sort of has to be true.
Mm.
like I would never in a million years think that Greta would be approached for a Narnia
They saw a
project.
little woman. They were like, "Oh, this looks like
Perfect for Narnia." No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm like, I'm all
cool,
for
right?
it. Like, she's one of my favorite directors. Like, I'm
great.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Little Woman. I love her other movies.
Lady Bird,
Lady Bird. There we go.
Barbie 2023.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's coming.
She's acted in stuff as well.
Yeah,
She's in White Noise this year.
she's
Frances Ha.
She's married to Noah Baumbach. Right?
Noah Baumbach, my guy. Noah. Squid and the Whale. Watch it.
I just opened the fucking group chat, and Carson, I don't know how you just managed to all the fucking gang up on me. Like, why, man? I didn't do anything.
I knew he'd do that. I knew that idea.
You're the fucking ambitious motherfucker on Letterboxd.
Wow.
Were you even live for that discussion?
Wow.
Were we live for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were live.
Were we live for that? That's probably the first 30 seconds. Right?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea.
No idea.
I hop in chat. I'm like, what do you say fuck me for? Jesus Christ, man.
What is that? One of the best. 50, man.
I'm gonna log Barbie 4 times opening weekend, Nathan.
All right. Have fun.
And Oppenheimer another 4.
I forget
And
to
I'm gonna
log
alternate them.
I forget to log 1 viewings, man. I just rank, man. I don't do the diary. I'm
The
not
rank.
The rank. I've
Speaking of Evan, you just be adding movies to the end of your list, and I go check your list, and then
Sorry.
just add, oh, what the heck?
Are they not ranked yet?
Evan just add
Black Panther.
Wakanda Forever at the very end. I'm like, I damn well know this ain't true. This is not true.
The movie
Nani?
sucked. No.
Omahuamu?
Because I added to my ranking, so I don't
Yeah, and then you
forget
go
it,
edit it
and
and
then I
drag 'em
edited
up.
it later. There's
Yeah.
no way I can rank it after just seeing it last.
Oh
2 days
yeah,
ago.
I always go.
I need to
there
think
a little
about
bit.
it. I haven't even ranked Banshees yet because I still need. I want to rewatch Banshees.
Me too.
I need to rewatch Banshees to watch it.
Poor guy.
I like
No.
Banshees
I was
a
so
lot.
in.
I like.
What is with
Banshees
this
a lot,
theater?
but, yeah. Hey, this theater, man. Yeah, Nathan, go somewhere else, man.
Yeah,
Don't
well
pull
he
the
is
alarm.
back
I
to
got my
the
refund. It's
homeland.
fine. Man,
Nice.
I'm not
But-
going to Regal. You can't make me.
Oh, definitely. Not.
I feel you.
The last 2 things here are rumors that came out today. Callie Spencer from Mayorstown, or Mayor of Easttown,
Maybe
leads a new Alien film from Fede Alvarez. We knew
Ooh.
Fede was doing an Alien movie, but we actually have a lead now.
is
Yeah,
this?
it has momentum.
And we don't know anything other than
No,
the
no
return of
plot.
the creature.
Nothing. Zero. Is it zero? No nada.
We know that the script is liked and that they now are eyeing to shoot in early 2023.
Early 2023? I didn't see
That's
that.
what it said in the
Oh, nice.
Deadline article.
I didn't read
Um,
the article.
All I want to know, I know it doesn't matter, but I'm curious if it's pre or post Ripley.
Oh, actually, you know what? Someone
Nate Carson? I'm intrigued.
My
now.
Bob, don't leave me hanging.
Don't leave me hanging.
Oh God, what's this guy's name?
Is Ridley
Evan?
involved producing?
Ridley's producing, of course. Yeah.
Will I ever get Alien Awakening?
No.
Please. I've been a good boy this Christmas. I need this, Evan.
It's not happening.
I did my waiting.
When did Covenant come out? Like
2017.
Jesus Christ.
It's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years.
Since I last felt
Zaz-
anything in Dolby Cinema.
Zaslav term, it's been 13 years.
Oh my god, dude. He did it again.
Someone, Richard Newby, had quote tweeted it and said, "I would not be surprised if she's playing Newt, since Fox had tried to make it happen for a long time, but bonus points that they don't retcon, and she's just a new character, and the film was set after Resurrection." And Scott Wambler, who does the King cast, and he sort of is in this like the horror community and sort of knows things.
Yeah, he's good.
He said, "I can assist here. She's not playing Newt."
Thank God. We don't need the reboot Alien. It was like, hey, ignore 3 and 4. This is what happened after Aliens. We don't need that for every franchise. Stop it.
Evan, they killed Newt.
They did, but Alien 3 actually was pretty good.
But I think it's just going to be set after.
Bring back Charles Dance.
I think it's just going to be set after Resurrection, probably.
Michael Biehn.
I'm fine with that. New cast.
Yeah, new cast.
They fuck shit up again. They get killed.
Yeah.
Give me it.
What is the causality? What is it? Wayland? Is it...
Ridley's producing, by the way. I don't know if
I
you
said
mentioned
that. Yeah, Ridley's
cool.
producing.
That is. I mean, that's always.
You can't really make an Alien movie without him.
Yeah.
Well, James Cameron did, and hey. But
Ridley wasn't really producing Alien. Did he produce
I think
Alien?
executive producing at least.
Yeah.
What?
Ridley executive produced Aliens.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Surely he did.
I'm sure.
Yeah. He had to.
I don't know. I mean, he literally didn't. He wasn't on the franchise again from the first one until Prometheus.
Yeah. But just like Favreau produced the other Marvel movies that he wasn't exactly attached.
That Iron Man features.
Yeah.
Which, hey, you know, I get
Favreau produced Civil War. Sure he did. So yeah. Last one here. Joseph Quinn joined the Quiet Place prequel. Our last episode, we talked about Lupita Nyong'o joining the Quiet Place prequel. Now we have Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things season 4 fame.
I'm loving this.
I'm happy he's getting work.
He was wonderful in his performance as Eddie Munson. And, you know, pairing with the star power with Lupita. Man, we're in good hands with this one.
We're in good hands. And again, for people, if you don't forget, the director, Michael Sornowski, is from Pig. Please watch Pig from 2021, last year, right?
Yep.
Pig was one of my favorite movies of last year. One of the best movies I've seen in a long time. Nicolas Cage, amazing performance. So we're in good hands for the Quiet Place prequel, which I think is coming 2024.
Yeah, we got release date, I think.
I think we did. I forget the date, but that's about it though for all news. 222. That's how we do it.
I had a little asterisk for the Zaslav planning.
Oh.
I was watching an interview today with Henry Cavill. Primarily he was doing press for Enola Holmes too, but you know,
he's good in that.
I need to watch both of them. Maybe tomorrow.
I thought you saw it, Carson.
I did.
Oh,
I said good movie. Go watch it.
Movie. Got it. Yeah.
It's at the bottom of Edgar's ranking list. I'm so pissed. There's no way. I haven't seen. I'm pissed.
Wait, what?
Anyway, it's at the bottom of Edgar's ranking list.
I'll fight it.
For the year?
It's like the second to last.
Wait, no, it isn't.
It is.
Enola Holmes 2
Yeah.
is Edgar's second to last movie.
Wait, no, it's not.
Go look.
No, it's not.
Go look.
How?
You probably accidentally put it there.
Yeah. It's so fun.
I'm gonna have to bully him now.
We'll have to bully him when we get out of here.
Anyway, my point was, this is what happens when like chat fucking brings up other people. Basically, he was talking about like how excited to be back in the role. He's like, yeah, and you know, luckily I really can't spoil anything because there's nothing to spoil. We're in the planning phase, and it's just very fresh and open and exciting.
Yeah.
So basically, if we had any theories like what direction are they going, they're figuring that out themselves.
I think him and Gunn have some conversations. I think we're gonna get one of those rare but growing, increasingly common instances of the actor being part of the director process in terms of looking for a director. You see this a lot with Cruise and other big stars. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Henry Cavill has a play in like who they get for director. At least might be in the interviewing process.
He's definitely a producer now.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, don't be surprised if Cavill grows to be a producer of the next Man of Steel movie, whether it's called Man of Steel, whether it's called Superman, whatever, Man of Tomorrow. I'm excited. Superman movie is happening closer and closer. I'm guessing 2025 at the earliest.
Probably. Even at this point, 2025 feels too soon.
Yeah,
it does.
Gosh, if only they could have it in 2023, the 10-year anniversary of Man of Steel, but nothing's perfect.
The 13th anniversary.
God. 13 years.
Yeah, he 3.5 starred it and then put it at 123 out of 124. There's no way because he has Morbius.
Is Morbius on there? Yeah, I was about to say.
He has like way worse movies that he's ranked a 1 and 1.5 stars on here.
That's probably a mistake.
Go bully him.
Yeah,
we'll talk to him. Tell him we called him out on air. Please follow Edgar Ortega on Twitter and read his articles because he's a good writer.
You can watch him on the acclaimed podcast
called Come on, Nathan. Come on, Nathan.
No, I don't watch it.
Where Heartbreak Feels Good.
Oh, it's a good name.
It is a good name. I'm going to be on there tomorrow.
I saw the Nicole Kidman ad in front of Banshees, and I was just like, "Some bitch."
You can't keep getting away
with it. Nicole is suing, but we're in good graces with Spike Lee. But yeah, what a good episode. It was
a good episode. This was fun.
It was only 2.5 hours.
Yeah, past my bedtime. It's fine.
Good 81. Episode 81. What we got? 19 left to hit 100.
Sure.
What are we gonna do? Tune in. Evan, where can they find you?
So we're at 81 for T. I think we're in the late 70s still for Hyperspace.
I think we're at 78 last time.
78, I think. So we're catching up. Of course, we have 2 more episodes because of Andor.
I gotta watch episode.
So we will be back. Find us again, or find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9, talking all things anime, Survivor, Amazing Race, all that. I'm reading through Quest for the Hidden City, Star Wars: The High Republic, Quest for the Hidden City.
I'm so behind.
And I'm having a good time with that book. I like the new relationship between the Padawan and the Master. It's very thrilling. New comics came out today for Star Wars. The Hidden Empire started today, and new Dr. Aphra started today. Read Dr. Aphra before Hidden Empire. I know, Carson. It's okay. You'll be fine.
I heard the reverse. I don't remember.
Maybe the reverse. I don't know. Go on my Twitter. I retweeted it. What else? Oh, I'll be on Where Heartbreak Feels Good tomorrow, going through our Oscar predictions. So if you want to learn more about that, follow my Twitter. Friday again, we'll be follow my Twitter because we'll be talking about the top 10 movies of 2020.
Should we just do Andor on Saturday?
So yeah, we could do Andor tomorrow or Saturday. I'm cool either way. Yeah, that's about it for me. I'm doing good. Teaching is hard, guys. I'm dying inside.
We are what they grow beyond.
Oh, that's the opposite this time.
Shit. Carson, where can they find you?
Over on Twitter at the Film Carson, watching Andor episode 11 when I find time. I'm kind of tired right now, so I don't want to watch it while I'm tired because I know it's going to be thrilling.
Yeah.
Thrilling,
chilling,
and everything in between.
Thoughts on Chainsaw Man yesterday?
Chainsaw Man, we are stuck on level 8 or wherever we are.
Yeah, 8th floor.
Great cliffhanger episode. I want to see what's next. Yeah, and we're watching Blue Lock and My Hero and Spy X Family on Saturday. And yeah, that's all I can come up with at the top of my head right now. There's probably some other show. Oh, Mob Psycho came out today.
Oh, yeah. Last episode was great. Did you see the last episode yet?
No,
Harrison?
I'm 4
Okay.
episodes behind.
Okay.
Leave me
I
alone.
won't say anything. I won't say anything. Yeah.
That's it. I'm just busy.
Oh, real quick, this weekend, 2 new movies are coming out. This is our movie
Oh,
podcast,
The Menu.
so let me shout it out. She Said and The Menu coming out this weekend. So if you can go to the theater, check out some movies.
I do want to
say
see
that.
both of those.
Me too.
I can't right now.
What has she said?
Zoe Kazan, Carey Mulligan,
Carey Mulligan.
talking about the
Oh,
Harvey Weinstein case.
Damn. So a documentary.
No, it's
No, it's they're playing roles.
it's like Spotlight.
Got you.
They're playing investigative journalists in.
No wonder Evan. I was gonna say if it was a documentary, Evan would not be talking about.
Oh,
it,
I wouldn't
so-
see it. Not at all, boy.
You don't watch docs?
Nah.
We've been
Please
over
watch-
this. He hates.
Please watch Val. Please.
I saw him in Willow. He's good.
Stop.
Go on.
No. Nathan's like the career, the spanning.
It's the found footage because he
Last-
filmed all of his life.
Last documentary I watched was the Three
Three
Twins,
Strangers,
Three
yes.
Strangers. What was
God,
that, 4 years
that's
ago?
so
Man
long
hasn't-
ago.
The man has a warehouse of archival footage of him filming his life because he's just into that.
Wow.
That's so cool.
What a fascinating
Nathan, I will
guy.
watch it for you.
I'll look it up.
Thank you. I'll rewatch it now. Fuck
Okay,
it.
let's go.
That's your bedtime.
You're right. Follow me at Time Blazer while I'm sick. Do it for me so I get better. One ring of the bell and a subscription will cure me of
Sends an
whatever.
ounce of vitamin C over.
I'm chugging
Nathan's
orange
immune
juice like
system.
no tomorrow.
You still have some left in your cup there?
No, I finished it. I finished the water too. I'm on cough drops right now.
Mm.
So that being said, enjoy. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe not already, ring that bell, and that being said, hope you have a great day. We'll catch you guys next time.